Welcome everybody to the Dark Council, hosted by my brother Mark with a C. And as you know, El Presidente is about to rep the six-man team, and everybody in the chat like the G that he is. So let's do it. Time to get this show on the road. Let everybody know we're here to snatch up your soul. I hope everybody in the chat is doing good tonight. Kick back and relax. Let's have some fun. Don't you ever try to defy the Most High. You get baptized in the fire as you die. The lies only got you as far as you can hide. You just got exposed, now it's time to testify. You can't understand why the Dark Council's live. Holding this shit down, you were lucky you survived. The wisdom and the knowledge that my crew will provide will keep your bitch ass from being crucified. Don't you fret, cause there's hope for you yet. First you must repent, then gain our respect. Your best bet is never go to select the option to go against the best on the set. You didn't have a clue of the souls we collect, and that's when we bring you to your final rest. 6 feet under where the people will forget that your stupid ass was even a threat. Cause you know,
I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council.
Hey yo, party over here.
Go.
I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
The Dark Council.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you
The
need.
Dark Council, yeah.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. Hey yo, party over here.
Bear witness your destruction, your fraud. You acted like you shouldn't push it too far. Set the punishment to get you so scarred. Wicked like the Tsar, resurrect your God. Breaking you down like a master fraud. Lyrical ascension, kneel before God. Wanna be saved or you wanna die hard? I'll make it so like I'm Jean-Luc Picard. Phantom Zone awaits you, that's where you burn. The other lackeys you train, they will get their turn. They never learn, no need to be concerned. Know what I know and respect must be earned. Kill them in the streets, make my life complete. When I speak, you bitches cannot critique. The dawn is a law, got that new technique that will bless live streams with all things that you need. Cause you know,
I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council, baby.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council, boy.
Hey yo, party over here.
Let's go.
I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council, dude.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
The Dark Council, son.
Hey yo, party over here.
Every Wednesday night, we reign supreme. You think you can test us? You living in a dream. Wake the fuck up and look at our team. The baddest six-man team you ever seen. Your wife know what's up, but your moms wanna fuck. They fighting each other, but we gotta break them up. We said there's enough for us to go around. They started smiling cause they love how that sound. Me, Fatal, Drunk, Antimaginine, Callous and Mark, we will never be denied. Leave us alone and let us proceed to rock the live stream and set the haters free. I see you all up in purgatory, floating in limbo for all eternity. We want them back on earth and down on their knees, where they will answer to Dark Council for their G's. Cause you know,
I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
The Dark Council, baby.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council, son.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you
The
need.
Dark Council, my brother.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council, sister.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council, baby.
Hey yo, party over here. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
The Dark Council, son.
Hey yo, party over here.
Let's go.
I'm guaranteed to give you what you need.
Dark Council, baby.
Hey yo, party over here.
Let's go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, rolling with the six-man team, the best in the business. Mark with a C, Fatal, Drunk, the Marginine, Callous. But what about you? Who are you? Who am I? El Presidente, the fuckboy slapper, the Dawn is a law, true Jedi master, head of security, born so controller, dude that puts this whole phantom on his shoulder, the start of your end, who holds the power gem, true resurrection of the one Jefferson, the backflip supporter, who walks on water, Wasima, Salima, and Suwad on my daughters, true Ayatollah, black winter soldier, real dark phoenix that went supernova, arms that be golden, who fought all the Trojans, who went to Iran to become a theologian, true master teacher, toiling all your leaders, time for them to bow before the black Caesar. You have it, folks, let's start the show now. Dark Council's here and it's time to move the crowd. Let's go. God, here we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man. Soothing your soul. My brother Mark with a C. I'm about to pass it over to you, bro. But let's listen more to this hot-ass track. Oh, turn up your volume, people. We gonna burn it down tonight. Let's do it. All right. The Dark Council is brought to you by the good people at Goodrich. Tires, so banging, jump in your whip, rob a bank, and be out before the cops will catch you. What would see it's on you, bro? Let's do it.
Yes. Another hot one by the president, Abu Nas. Give it up. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Loving it. Got you under the spell. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing in the place?
Hello.
Dark Council. What's up?
I got my bowl of popcorn, so you know it's gonna be one of those fire nights for all of us.
Either that or we're gonna see you picking your teeth all night.
Yeah, you'll be spitting on the microphone.
I know how to get away with that. Everything's good.
Right off top, we got Punk Nova Trace with the 99-cent super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Salute.
Yes, sir. How's everybody doing? How was everybody's Valentine's Day? You have a good Valentine's Day? Anybody do anything special?
I know Dallas had a good Valentine's Day. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, stop.
Bang, 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 bang.
All about it.
Bye-bye.
Pops, coordinate.
Don't you kids come over here for another 35 to 45 minutes.
Oh, y'all like me. Back in the day, you break up right around the time Valentine's Day comes, so you don't have to buy nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You was that dude.
I was that dude.
That dude.
I always came back though.
Yeah, you go to the Hallmark card store and you see people picking their flowers and everything. You're like, fuck that Valentine.
Every kiss begins with K. The hell it does. Check it out. We got Mandy Summers. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Hi, Mandy's book.
Yeah, I popped into the Babe the Menace when I was on the road heading home, and all these sexy ass ladies. They need to put y'all. What is wrong with some of y'all? Eris need to put her face on there. Mary needs to do that. I mean, come on, we want to see y'all.
I know.
I had just rolled out from work. Did not. No. Either it's the full face or it's not, and I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm just greedy. I want to see all of y'all. I want to bash
you ain't the only one.
You know, Mary had me in her feelings with her sexy ass voice. The other.
Mandy Summers is
you kind of lost it.
Pretty curvy as well.
Yeah, you get that.
My Valentine's Day is in the chat, actually.
Hold on, let me read this real quick. Mandy Summers is sending some love. Hail the Dark Council. Triple hearts.
Mandy.
I feel that in all the right places. So what did you say?
I mean,
I didn't have any Valentine's.
3 black hearts for the 3 black gentlemen. I see what you're doing, Mandy. I totally get it. I get it.
If anybody wants to be my Valentine, I would be gladly. You know, like I said, I'm getting up there in age. You know, it's not too much.
Oh, here it comes. All right, mute his mic. Here we go.
All right, before we do that, your Muslim uncle. Your Muslim uncle for $4.99 says hail and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sidi Abu Nas, Rahab Mubarak, hail Dark Council.
Hail Dark Council.
Hail.
Yeah.
Alaikum salam,
I mispronounced everything.
Okay.
Much appreciated, brother.
I had a nice Valentine's Day. Lots of good wishes, lots of presents. It was nice.
Oh my God!
Lots of presents.
Y'all ladies were cleaning up on Valentine's Day.
Interesting.
And it was wholeheartedly appreciated.
On Valentine's Day, this was my date that I spent with Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I got the coveted popcorn bucket. I got 2 of them actually. Man, they were selling these things for like $1,000 one time on eBay. So I was able to get one.
They have more lifelike dolls if you need it.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Rogue Disney's in the chat. Me and Rogue Disney went to a steak place at Disney World, and they came out with the menu, and it's like the thing on the menu said couples Valentine's dinner. I was like, nah, we're not getting that. We not. we don't. I don't swing on that tree, but thank you. I only was there for like Lorena knows because Lorena has one. Do you have it next to you?
Yeah, up here.
There it is.
Mardi Gras beads on that I got.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, I see.
I was lucky. I didn't. I waited 5 seconds to get it. So some people waited 6 hours to get that stupid.
That's crazy.
Dragon bucket.
I waited 30 minutes total. That was it.
Yeah. They switched it to like the phone app, so like you just buy it off the phone and just pick it up when they called your time. So I was like, that's good. Didn't wait no 6 hours. But one of them's going on eBay. And I ain't
there you go.
Yeah.
Get that money, baby.
Yeah.
So let me show the chat some love here. Let's see who's up in here. And let me see. I know this is going to be a disaster, but I always want to do this at least for the first 8 who's in here.
Yo, drunk. Remember the good old days when Mark was not wanting to be on streams and I don't want the host and blah 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 blah. Now look at him. Now he got the mic over there all positioned. My man got all the clips all ready and he got the rebellion hat on. That's how you pro level.
He already started off before you got here. Albanasi goes, well, I've got a lot of oopsies.
He was apologizing before he
was
apologizing.
And Cal was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
There we go.
Y'all made it impossible for me. You made it impossible for me not to stream. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Especially you, drunk. You would not take no for
it is his fault, right?
Always blaming the white man. Always blaming the white man for their problems.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Everything's gonna be all white later.
Yeah.
You know what she was talking about. But yeah, so I'm going to give some love to the chat right here. Like I said, just the first 8, because I know this is gonna be a disaster. But when I say the name, y'all say in the house. When I say the name, y'all say in the house, right?
In the house.
So, yeah, like my man Saul is in the house. Rogue Disney is in the house. Chili Chow is in the house. Haley D is in the house. Even Fatal J was in the house. Crazy was in the house. Trace is in the house. A2D2 is in the house.
Right.
Rookie Supremacy is in the house. Terminus EST is in the house.
Yeah.
Mad Mama Bear is in the house. The Muslim Uncle is in the house.
You heard?
Okay, so Black Superwoman is in the house. All right, now that's only for the first few people who came in. All right, so there it is. Dark Council B turning it out. Old school hip hop. Y'all don't know nothing about that, but yes,
don't know nothing about that.
So, yeah, you know what I mean. So, but I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you coming through for real. You know, and also, unpleasant business right off the top. I gotta give a rest in peace shout out to Ivan Reichman. All right, so we know that we lost him a couple of days ago. You know, man behind was the director of Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
probably
what else?
Probably got a good hand in Afterlife too. It's so good that movie.
Yeah, like these people are what I call visionaries. You know, the people who actually created these things, not just the ones who are out here remaking everything. but true visionaries, you have to acknowledge them when they come through, because it doesn't look like we're going to get a whole lot more of them.
No,
going forward,
that ship is sinking fast.
Yeah, especially like on a mass level. We have independent creators, and that's the reason why I guess we have to pick each other up, because maybe we can, be the next generation or enable the next generation to create some more legends.
Yeah.
It would be very, very important, man. But, definitely big rest in peace shout out for sure.
Amen.
Yeah, absolutely. But so like I said, everything's going well. But also, what else happened over the weekend? The Super Bowl. Y'all check it out.
I was hoping the Bengals would avenge me, but
here's the hope.
Yeah, it was down game, my 49ers, and I was no, they didn't take us down. A dumbass quarterback took us down.
Yeah.
Stop juggling, Jimmy. Stop juggling the ball. Stop juggling. Hold. Fall down, Jimmy. You intercepted. I was like, well, Trey Lance era is going to begin next year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My 49ers can't get a break. We was right there.
Yeah. Hey, next time, buddy.
As you can tell, I'm still kind of salty on this thing. So,
What about the halftime show, though? That was.
Oh,
the halftime shows.
Halftime was lit.
All us old people just doing the catwalk in the house, and the young kids are like, "What is y'all doing?"
Some conservative people was like, "What? Why would they gotta put rap there?"
It was crazy.
I'm
Some of the comments on Twitter was crazy.
Well, I missed the halftime show, although I did see a picture of Mary J. Blige with those boots on, and I said I got to go back and check out.
Oh, she's awesome, man.
I got to go back and check out. I freaking love her.
Yeah. My sister was complaining because she wanted to see more Mary J. I was like, well, when you really think about it, this is a Super Bowl stage. I don't know how many people was out there to hear No More Drama and all that stuff. No disrespect to Mary J.
Oh man, I was like moving. I stood up. I was like, I went to the Up and Smoke tour in Miami when I was in Miami. Saw Ice Cube and Eminem and Dre and Stu. Oh my gosh, it was awesome, man.
Oh man.
Then afterwards, I can't talk about that, but it was just like it was so like everybody was just what a time. Listen, there were white people at that concert than there were black people, and like so all this crap that we see today about, you know what I mean? It was like all flavors, man.
Everybody, because everybody had it. It seemed.
Everybody loved Death Row.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, man. Every artist that came out, Drake comes out by screaming, M screaming, Ice Cube screaming. I mean, it was such a great there was a lot of weed there. You didn't have to bring your own. You just walk in and you're like,
know your audience.
Marijuana in here.
They kind of told you what it was right from the very beginning.
There was something trending on Twitter, behind the Super Bowl, the Gen X. Yeah, it was pretty much like the millennials and the Gen Z and all of them people. They was like, what's all this? You wasn't born.
Well, the thing is, the media tried to give the performance to the millennials and Dre, Snoop, M. That is Gen X.
That's Gen X.
That's Gen X. Yeah. That's not millennials. And I mean, it's the top end or the top end of the millennials, but that was Gen X.
Yeah, that was our teenage years right there. And then when we started having kids, they was listening to our music because we made you listen to our music.
Yeah.
And all that mumble rap and all of this other nonsense that was coming out. And I was like, oh, well, sucks to be you. They was all mad. They got up in their feelings. What's all this?
I love it, man. I was
Gen X had our night.
Just brought back, man. We'd play that Chronic. So let's see. What they were missing was a little 2 Live Crew, but they probably couldn't get that on.
They weren't going to let that happen, Jack.
A little bit so horny.
Uncle Luke,
Uncle Luke was not going to come up in there. Okay.
Brown. Oh man. Where's Uncle Luke? Where's Uncle Luther? Man, we need him. Us Miami boys.
He on Twitter, right?
Something if they brought in. They brought in Luke with the original dancers. Those dancers like somebody's grandmamas right now. You know what I mean?
No, man. They have to trade up. They have to trade up. But they were better back in those days.
I will say, if you're conservative and you didn't like this show, you know what? Get a grip. Relax.
Yeah. We gonna make you more nervous. As the
I spoke to my mom was so funny. I spoke to my mom the next day. She goes, was that all those people you listened to when you went to school on the Super Bowl? And I was like, yeah, Mom. You know that means you old, right? Oh, I was like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I remember when you used to laugh at us when we would love those singers, you know, Paul McCartney would sing at the Super Bowl and Michael Jackson and all that stuff. And you would laugh. That
didn't happen this year.
So man, she called me just to tell me that. She was just like, those are the ones that you listened to. I was like, yeah. Like, you know, you old now, right?
Even Paul McCartney was probably like smoking my shit right now.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think was the best Super Bowl halftime show?
Michael.
Did you remember?
Prince.
Really? Prince over Michael?
I'm saying, yeah.
No, well, it's close. It's close.
Michael would spin and he would show up on the top of the stadium and then spin out. Oh, man.
That is true. Michael was doing the Callis spin before Callis was, actually. You're right.
Yeah.
But I still give it to Prince. Prince is
a better musician. Yeah.
Dude is singing Purple Rain. And it was raining, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that was just majestic.
You can't make that shit up.
But Whitney Houston killed the national anthem. There will never be a national anthem like Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah, my baby.
She did that for us. That goes without saying.
So
yeah,
that's that. Yeah, Prince was good. I don't know. I love the Michael Jackson one. Prince was up there.
And ain't it crazy that none of them?
I ain't gonna lie, man. You know I ain't gonna lie. I know it was controversy. I was a young man, but when I saw Janet Jackson's boobie, I was happy. You know, I understand.
You know what?
I know it's controversy. I know it shouldn't have happened, but when that happened, we all like rewound our VHS to pause it. You know, to be like
trying to get the exact spot.
I was watching that Super Bowl with my dad. Okay. And that happened.
Your dad was.
I don't think he took a breath for like 2 minutes.
Honestly, I think I was watching it at church. That church had a Super Bowl party. I think I was watching it at church.
I'm like,
I think I was more turned on by the fact that she had a pasty or whatever it was. I was like, okay, Janet, what's that all about? Woo!
I'm like,
man. Wow, okay.
Look at 19K Fox, drunk speaking truth. I know, man. Janet, she did that album cover when she had it. Oh my god.
Oh my god, please.
That's the way love goes. I still listen to
that. I'm old. I want to be the hand. I want to be the hand that's holding the petties.
And you remember
y'all
Janet's
mumble
concert.
Rap. Y'all millennials and Generation Z with y'all mumbling. I don't understand your hip hop today.
Can't tell what you're saying.
Bring me back to la da da da.
Yeah,
exactly. Mm-hmm. You remember at Janet's concert, she used to actually go out and get some simp from the audience and give him a lap dance.
Oh my god,
that was insane. She would do that at every show.
Yo, the guy she was giving the lap dance to, that man was like a king after that.
He couldn't even stand up.
He couldn't stand up.
Yeah. That would have been me in front of billions of people.
You know what would have been awesome if they had done the like holocron. If they did like the holocron Tupac. You know, like he just came out and like did a little something. Even if they put it on like the Jumbotron, that would have been kind of cool. But
nice.
Dre played a little respect to him. You know that? Did y'all read about that? Like,
I didn't read it.
Yeah.
So when Dre went to the piano, he played that dun, and they were like,
"I'm mad at you."
That was Dr. Dre saying that was a Tupac.
That was nice
because he was the only one missing.
I caught that immediately. So check it out. We got Sonic Dude for $10. He says, don't know how many Sonic fans we got in here, but I hope too many people ain't sleeping on the Sonic 2 movie.
Nope.
Also, that Knuckles spinoff might be something special too.
Okay. I didn't see the Sonic movie, but I like the way that the people that was making the movie, you know, listened to the fans and made corrections and just made it even better. You know,
sure.
That's something that warms my heart. That okay, well, the fans not liking it. Let's try to improve on it so we can get them into the seats, and that's exactly what they did, and they won the game behind that.
You are spot on, Abu Nas. That's the only reason why I went to the theater to watch the first one, and I watched the second one because the fans came out and said this is like trash, and they're like, we got your boss. They pushed it back. What was it? 8 months, 9 months?
Yeah, but it was quite a while that they pushed it back.
They redid it and said, "How's this?" And everyone's like
boom.
We're going to see
it
that.
Went a long way.
Fire. So, theater was
my man
packed.
Money in the house. $10 super chat. Hail the Dark Council. Thank you, brother. Always appreciate you.
Who would have thought? Listening to fans.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
What a concept.
I know.
Well, that's the thing. You hear people talk about.
Possible.
They talk about fan service like it's a bad thing. It's like I'm a fan. I expect to be serviced. I like being serviced.
Yeah,
I'm spending money.
Exactly. That's what we spend money for, to be serviced.
Yeah,
money or whatever we want. Look, hey, you're the paying customer, man. We'll give you what you want. Yeah, that should be something on every movie property, movie company. That should be on their lips all the time. So we have a case of we got the wrong people running the company.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I gotta get up out of there. I know Warner Brothers gonna have that shit corrected in a couple of months.
We're gonna get to that. But something first, I do want to discuss this Amanda Seals thing right off the top, so we can get this out of the way.
Okay.
All right. This whole everything's gonna be all white thing. We have to discuss this. We have to address this. I know it's unpleasant, but this chick is so far out of pocket right now. Like, that this thing, what was it on Showtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got the documentary. Everything's going to be all white. Hopefully you guys have seen the trailer by now. It's all over the place.
I did.
Where you did?
I did.
Yeah. It's an embarrassment. It's a shame. It's another situation where these people are acting like they're speaking for all Black people.
Yeah. To me, I mean, it's always the delicate balance when you want to try to, I guess after all that we've been through, where people are being, especially the young people, this generation is coming to the knowledge that, okay, we shouldn't even use race for just the divisional part of it. And I'm hoping that I'm saying this right, where I see that trailer to be very mean-spirited.
Agreed. Let me just say this. Let me just get this real quick, all right, before we get away from it, because he's making a point from the other point. 19K Fox, our brother, for $10 super chat. He says, "Yes, Mark, we all love to be serviced." I know. Amen, that's right. Brother. Amen. So go on.
The premise alone from the title doesn't even convey how that trailer played it out. And I looked at it and I'm like I said, I'm a Black militant as they come. I'm here for my people first and foremost. But at the same time, I recognize the universal laws that Islam puts in us, that the best part of any human being, whatever your color is how you worship God. And that's what the prophet, peace be upon him, said in his last sermon. There are no superiority between a Black man or a white man or whatever. The best of you is one who worships God the best. So that alone takes away any notion of me hating somebody in another race based off of their color. Martin Luther King said it all the time, and it's always been quoted. The thing about judge them by their character, don't judge them by their color and their race and everything else. This trailer disturbed me in a way in which I didn't even think was possible.
Yeah.
And if I had some semblance of sense while I was watching it, I should have just turned the shit off, but I didn't. I just wanted to see how you was going to present that. So basically, you're going to shit on the entire white race for whatever it is that historically they have done in the past. But this is something we already know,
But did you peep also that they tried to get other groups in on it?
Yes.
If you looked at it, you saw
really pissed me off. It wasn't
natives in there.
Yeah, it was a dog pile. And I didn't appreciate that, just off of the fact that oh, well, you know, trying to heal rifts and trying to build, you know, a fellowship with your fellow man is coming right out the window, because now you're trying to make people choose fucking sides, you know? And the way she categorized it, if a black man says that, you know what, that's a little bit too much. Oh, you a coon. How am I a coon? How am I a coon? Because I don't like the way that you're presenting your show. You just dump on every single thing, you know, that the white man does that's wrong and this and that, whatever. We already been down that road many times. We get it. We get it. This is 2022. You know, we're not back in 1950. We're back not in 1960. And that was when the shit really hit the fan. We're not in 1970 or 80s. We're in 2022. At some point, you know, they will get in their heads that, yeah, we definitely need to change a lot of the things in the culture and how we, you know, deal with each other, blah, say, blah. You don't want people to make strides to improve race relations, you know, right? Because the way you doing it with this trailer, you basically just coming in their face and spitting on them. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah, and not only that, but it being 2022, like you said before, what has been going on for the last 2 years, almost 2 years and a half? We've all been going through this pandemic thing, you know, so you got the whole world sharing a pandemic. You know, everybody knows somebody who's been affected by it. You've lost people here. And at the height of that, you put all of this money into producing this thing that's going to be drawing the lines of separation when we all need to be coming together. You see how devious this is, where they want us to be at each other's throats. There's no way that anybody could have seen this trailer and not felt negatively about it, you know, not felt resentment about it. You know, there are some ignorant white people out there who are going to be like, look at these black people out here, you know, look at what they're doing now, and they get mad at them. There are some ignorant black people out there who's like, yeah, this is what you've been doing to us, you know, everything's going to be all white, you know, but that's all right, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you got the two different sides.
It's basically something that we already went through beforehand, before Showtime and everybody else jumped on the bandwagon. We dealt with that. But at the same time, you know, love for your race doesn't negate the fact that you could actually be cordial to other races and find commonality behind it. We already know the history of this country was fucked from the beginning. So we know what the past and everything else, everything led us, however bad it was, up until this point. At 2022, we don't need to keep rehashing the same shit. We already know. You know? Yeah. So I can't even look at my white brother now because he's looking at the damn Showtime thing, and it's like, why they keep dumping on us? And then he's looking at me like, are you down with this shit? And I'm sitting up here like, my brother, I don't even like the way that they was mean-spirited with this shit. And we already been through our conversations behind, you know, the race relations and this, that, whatever. Let's just find the commonality, come together, and build something behind this. What she's doing is basically just like, I'm going to put it out there, and if any black person has a problem with it, you ain't down for the cause. And that's where I really take offense to.
Yeah, she ran that old, you know, old skin folk, kin folk. She ran that on us.
Yeah, and I said in my head, I was like, you don't look no more than maybe 35, 30 years old. Around my kid's age. You know, I've been in the trenches, you know. My father came up in the Nation of Islam, you know. He wasn't a black militant as that, you know. We in the hood, we getting the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about our people. Look at my Twitter handle. Public Enemy is on my header for a reason. That should tell you exactly how I roll. So I'm sitting up here like, so I'll be the last person you will call a coon. The last person. I just don't feel like you going in that direction is going to help anything in terms of how people should come together. Because we need that right now. Because as much as we want to just like, yeah, man, fight the power and this, that, we had all of that moment. And these are teachable moments that it will never go away. But you don't do no shit like this. Just basically, that's like saying, everything is going to be all Asian. Everything's going to be all Indian, you know? And then when our time comes, because you know you wouldn't want them to put out something like everything's going to be all black. Then you're going to have some problems then, right? Sugar, so what? What's good for the goose is what's good for the gander? You can't be doing stupid shit like that. And like I said, I take big, bad offense because even if we say that, that's a little bit too much, you know? Can we, you know, have dialogue in another way that just don't put the boots down on them? I mean, we already did that for 30, 40, or 50 years during the civil rights, and they get it, you know? And even the people that was racist, they're pretty much dead anyway, you know? Mm-hmm. So you got their kids and their grandkids, and they sitting up here now people have a mixed, you know, relations and everything. Now it's coming to the point like color don't even factor in if you're in love with someone. That's deep. So now at some point you get the lines are blurred. So now you just can't come up here and be like, oh well, all right, everything is gonna be all white. Well, it ain't that simple no more. We in 2022. So
I love it. And keep in mind, guys, before the show, Abu just said, I'm just gonna lay back in the cut and I'm just gonna let y'all talk about it. I'm not gonna say anything, you know what I mean? But this man is just this man is dropping gems. This man is dropping gems. No. I love it. I wanted to talk about it because this is the same thing that is bleeding over into Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and all this. It's people like this who somehow managed to find themselves in the boardrooms and in the creative spaces and stuff like that. And they're hijacking everything that we love. And they're taking it upon themselves to say that they're speaking for us. Yeah. You know, so I want to give that pushback for like the Dark Council right here. Unless we're smacking that ass is not getting smacked. You know what I mean? So I want the Dark Council to sound off on this because I feel like that is good.
I didn't even shock myself when I saw that trailer. And I was against it. Now, if I was 16, 17 years old up in Brooklyn and whatever, like I said, I had my African medallion. It was all about us, period. So that wouldn't have been a problem. But I'm not 16, 17 at that time. I'm 52. So I've lived a life of growth in certain ways. But I stopped short to say, well, you know, my people is always going to be my first love. You know, in terms of
that's why you can call out a fake because you're a real one. I've always said the same thing. Don't come around me being fake because I've lived a good amount of time. I've actually spoken to some people, unlike people like this. They never actually been out in the world and actually got to know other people. If you did, you couldn't sit back and say that. You know, what I really hate about them is how they play victim and, you know, when they're not killing us. I mean, first of all, you're the one that's playing victim just by coming out with this. Right. You know, and nobody, unfortunately, is killing black people like black people are. And you know, that's just a fact.
We good about self-destruction ourselves. But that's why we came up the way we came up. We have the heroes that we have to teach us, you know, to start loving ourselves first. And whatever the white man was doing, blah, 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 at that time. And like I said, there's some devious people that had it in for us. Whether you want to believe it or not, you could start with J. Edgar Hoover, you know, and you could run that shit down the line. But while we're creating our self-love and getting knowledge of self and trying to teach the youth, each one teach one. You know, you are important. You are special. You know, everything that they put out there was either catered to them, but those were those days where the ignorance was astounded. And then people started getting knowledge little by little. It was cracking all of the stigma, all of the things that was so wrong with this country with race relations coming up to now. And now this chick is up here taking a dump on it, just kicking away everything that we were trying to rebuild and be in a society, just like Black Panther said, that we closed out our borders off so long that we've forgotten what the world is, and we need to all come together. We are basically one tribe, a family. Different colors doesn't mean anything. It's the content of your character.
When we were in Times Square and we had the meetup, was it all black people?
Nope.
Was it all white people? It was everybody, man.
It was everybody.
We had Dominicans, white people, black people. I mean, we can go on. How beautiful was that?
But I don't have a problem telling somebody that you can't call me a coon if I tell you that that's a little bit over the top. You know, I mean, you can catch thing with flies. Yeah, you can catch
more flies with honey.
Yeah, than with vinegar.
Exactly. We are at that stage now where we can actually talk with each other. Shit, you have a lot of white people that joining the Black Lives Matter rally. So that already should tell you that everybody is ready to just let this shit go. Let it go. There's gonna be some people that's still on that racist bullshit. There's still gonna be people that try to circumvent the system. And I'm in New York and I have seen that. But at the same time, this country is ready, ripe and ready to just hold everybody holding each other's hands and find some commonality where we could grow together as human beings. You know, our history is not like white people's history. White people's history is not like Asian history. Everybody has history in terms of their race that they could glorify, that they could salute, that they could be proud of, you know? And we could just leave the negative stuff out of it and use all the positive messages and things that makes them feel good about themselves as a man, as a woman, as a child. You know, I'm proud to be a white person. You know, I'm not the devil and I'm not this and not that. I haven't done anything wrong, but I'm trying to learn, you know, and I'm going to be going to the schools. I'm going to be meeting people. I'm going to have dialogue, you know. I'm not going to sit up here and degenerate somebody else's race because I need to find out what the real deal is. Same thing for a black man, you know. Yeah, I've been put down for so long and this, that, whatever, but now I've got the knowledge of self. I ain't got to be angry no more. I can make things happen for myself. You know, I ain't got to look at somebody as somebody that, you know, that was banging me down when I don't even know him. And then Malcolm, that same thing with Malcolm X. Malcolm X was on one level. He went to Mecca. He saw something else. White people worshiping God along with their brown brothers. That shook him to his core, you know. And he knew then that Islam was the answer. In many respects, you know. Everybody can hold hands and pray together, worshiping God, and I could be black as I don't know what, and my brother will be touching my feet in prayer to God, and he's whiter than white. You can't get no better than that. But you want to have people like this chick.
At that point, Abu, you've transcended the color. The whole purpose of that, the color is to create class. Class creates supremacy. So when you've got that type of a situation, that means we're all one people, and that's where we have to get to. We have to be all one people. It's not you and you're white and you and you're black and what blase blase. If we're all here in America, this is American history. We need to learn American history. We are all Americans. Mm-hmm. You understand, or whatever the case is. It's beyond. It's beyond that that color, because the color creates the divide. So it's not about that and how that should be attached to race. Different cultures is what we should be talking about, because different peoples have different cultures. The race creates the divide and creates that class and creates that sense of supremacy, and that's what we need to get away from.
The problem is that in Hollywood, because of how the whole forced diversity thing has been on an uptick, where everything has to be forced down, you know, the consumer's throat in terms of the diversity. And then here comes this chick right here throwing this thing out, and then daring anybody to, you know what I'm saying? Because now she's hiding behind her color that's in the favorite zone in Hollywood. So she feels like nobody can, at the very least, you know, challenge her in terms of how you presenting your product.
But the problem is that as we continue to perpetuate that, it continues to keep us thinking on that inferior level. You understand? Because it's creating that divide rather than keeping us together. Because it makes you think that there's that separation, and there shouldn't be that separation. What happened in America happened to Americans. We are all Americans. It's all American history, so we can't shy away from it.
No. But what I was saying is that, like I said, we know this already.
Yeah.
I just didn't like I said, I didn't like the fact that you could create a show to dump on somebody, to dump on another race, and then knowing that we've already been down that road, can you create something new that can, as you said, Callus, to bring us together? How about, one day we walked to the store and we all sat around the table and just talked. Have a show like that where we kicking it, but don't grab other ethnic groups and this, that, whatever, just to dump on them, knowing damn well that, like I said, with me, I have a problem with that because, as I said, you're mean-spirited. You're just going off on, you're mean-spirited, and you're going off on a tangent, and then you daring somebody to try to challenge you behind that, where I don't want to watch nothing that's going to degrade somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm putting myself in issues. They don't like that shit, and rightfully so. So I'm not co-signing to that. Oh, I'm a coon because I don't co-sign to just being mean-spirited just for the sake of it, just to get your little brownie points with Hollywood and this, that, whatever. Like I said, certain people just need to really start waking up and saying, listen,
there's a reason for it. There's a reason behind it. It's separation.
I get it. I get it, man. And I'm not for that. But I'm not a coon. All right. I like I said, I love my people to death. And like I said, it's all over my Twitter handle. But I'm not here.
That's what she's going with.
Right. But I'm not here anymore to beat somebody down.
Well, that's the default. That's the default defense they're going to say. If you don't agree with them, you're a coon. You're a sellout. And you know what that's designed to do, right? Yeah. That's designed to make you shut up and make you fall in line.
Well, you
cannot do that because right now, racial outrage is the currency in Hollywood. That's what they want. Mm-hmm. And when they want to shield themselves from any kind of criticism, they'll throw a black face up there and then basically say, if you don't like it, you're racist, which is what they did with Lord of the Rings, which we've all seen. All right.
Yeah,
so they do.
We're about to spin off into that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But let me acknowledge Danny right there.
Danny. Chat. Going on a tangent, everybody.
No, that's what it's all about. The $2 super chat, comic chat. What up, peeps? Good to see all, or good to see y'all. Thank you, sir.
Hopefully, I didn't offend anybody that's in the chat.
know I said something. Abu Nas just said, "Shut up! I'm still talking."
I apologize.
Well, can't please everybody. If people are going to be offended,
you can say that to me anytime,
bro. That's just
most of the time, I deserve it. No, I just brought up New York because it's like we were in New York together, and it was beautiful. We never looked at color. We weren't counting calorie colors. We weren't doing any of that. We were all hanging out, having fun, enjoying who we are. And listen, my father always taught, like, I'm gonna read this, and then I'll be done on the subject. But in the Bible, in 1 John 3:18, it says, "Children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth." I always want to see when people run their mouths like that, what is their actions behind their words? Are they really out there like helping the community? Have they been to the cities to help these children in their education? Are they feeding the homeless people that they claim that people of my color created? Are they out there like trying to lift up, poverty amongst, their communities and stuff? And the majority of the time is no, they just like making movies.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's how you could judge them. Like, like you judge people, at least for me, do they back up their words with their actions?
That's the hammer. That's the hammer right there, bro. You know, because if they were doing those things that you're talking about, the hood would look a lot different. The mere fact that this thing is going on for generations, where kids are still living in poverty, you know, they're still suffering from low self-esteem and lack of education. It shows you that these loudmouth assholes, they're not doing any of that stuff that you're talking about. But go ahead.
I mean, but it's true. Like I've been to those schools, and well, I mean, you guys know me. I'm not here to pat myself on the back or anything, but it's just you don't see celebrities go into the neighborhoods that a lot of us go. You know, like you don't see that. You don't see them going in there and bringing computers or anything like that. It's like normal people that want to see change, that spend pennies that they don't have, not looking at the color of their skin, but seeing how beautiful they are, and that children and even adults have a purpose in this world, that will go in and try to make some kind of change that they possibly can. Those are the ones
we do have certain prophets, and then they end up being killed.
Yeah, well, I mean, those are the ones you should be making movies about. Those should be the documentaries, you know? Like there's a guy down here that goes, I know him personally. He cuts hair. He always goes into the inner cities, right outside of Orlando and some of the areas that, you know, and he does free haircuts. And it's not trashy haircuts. Like it's not. He sets up music. He sets up like music that the kids listen to, invites them out. He gets other barbers. They set it up, and they just do free haircuts for those that can't afford it, and not like bowl cuts. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to look good.
Yeah.
And when that started happening, you know, a few of us had went out there to help them because people started donating like food. So it's like, here, I mean, listen, we're in freaking America, you know, and it's like, I've got to bring food to people in my neighborhood because they can't afford it, you know, and you want to spend millions of dollars on a television show that's going to achieve what? You know what I'm saying? And that just doesn't go for anything will be all white. That goes for a lot of crap that's out there. On all sides of the spectrum, And it's like, you know, it's the average ordinary people out there that are really making the change, that should have their own TV show highlighting who they are as people, and encouraging others to do the same, and encouraging those that have a little bit extra that can possibly give. Not everyone can go out and do something, because that's what's going to change. That's what's going to change communities, children, a generation. I once read that if you can educate a young person that couldn't get a good education, you change their whole, you change the whole generation. Like instead of being a generation in poverty, now we got another mouth to feed. Now we got to fund another this. You've changed the generation where now they're educated. They can go out and be productive in society, and they'll probably get married and have kids and take care of their own kids and put them into school. So an entire generation has changed. That should be what should be highlighted.
But they don't want that.
So
they just want to keep the cycle going, the same sick cycle over and over again. And I talked about that in my video about how we have to be the ones to change it in our generation.
But why
stop thinking it's going to be the next generation up. It stops here. I didn't have the best relationship with my father. I talked about that on the video there, you know, where I was saying that he actually told me at one point that I was a mistake and he didn't want me. All right, now we've gotten past that. You know, I love my father all over the place. You know, he's changed. He was very young when he had me. And thank you to all of the people who came in the comment section and said, "Oh, Mark, you're not a mistake." I know I'm not a mistake. I'm just talking about what he was saying, but I do appreciate you guys so much. But you see the way I approach things with my son. I had to make the decision that the cycle was going to stop with me. You know, I'm going to produce a good young man. You know, and that's what it takes. Everyone's got to do their job in their home. Never mind what you put on TV and images and stuff like that. Don't listen to these people. These people are wicked. They just want us going in all different types of directions, so we'll be vulnerable for other people to come and make these decisions for us. You know, as far as our values and you know, how we're going to raise our families and stuff. They want to take all of that power away from us. They want the minds of our kids so they can govern them more effectively. You know, and that's basically.
But can I brag on you guys for a second? Because that's the reason. I've seen Abu Nas with his children and how he would go to hell on earth and back for them. And that's a rarity to see. not just a black man and any man, you know, and we've seen Callus, we've seen Mark, you know, I know Lorraine, I've met Lorena personally, you know, you guys are shining lights in this fight that we're seeing, and never sell you guys short. Abu Na, never sell you short or anything, because there's a lot of deadbeat people out there. I don't know if that makes sense. There's a lot of them that just, I got a kid, whatever, and just, you know, and I think we've all known somebody like that. But you guys are shining lights in this fight, and it's always. I don't want to hear it. You hear it from me. You are a shining light in this fight, brother. We've seen how. Listen, that one time you brought your baby girl on a live stream with you, your head was shining so bright.
Mm-hmm.
I thought if I followed the light, I would find baby Jesus. That's how bright you were shining in that moment. There is no doubt in my mind in that moment how much you love your daughter, and it shows. It shows, Abu Na, and it's a beautiful thing. And when all this bull crap comes out that, hey, white people are keeping you down, or this is happening, or whatever's happening, and all this stuff, and they trying to change everything, it's good that I'm surrounded by people that take care of their families and love them to death. And it's such a beautiful thing to see. It is a beautiful thing to see. Listen, we've seen Callus. The little girl comes in, you know, he just lets her
took over the show one time.
I know. He's just like, she's just doing her thing, you know, just don't touch the golden lightsaber, you know, like he's like,
I was up here.
And then we see Mark, you know, Mark's on, and he'd be like, excuse me, I'll be right back. And then he gotta handle his business. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. So just keep shining your light in the ways that you guys do, and that's how we end up winning, because that next generation, they'll never forget that, you know. They'll never forget. Like, just like Mark's story. Mark's, you know, about his dad. I know for a fact Abu Nas or Callus or have said that to their children. What Mark heard from his dad. I know you've never said that to your child.
Oh, hell no.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like that alone.
No
is
disrespect, Mark.
No.
I didn't say it like that disrespectful.
No. He's like I said, he's changed and he's apologized for that. I should say that. You know, I've talked about that before and all that stuff. It's only because I want people to hear that you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the only thing. It's not to, pity party on me. It's just that I want people to understand what's going on out here is happening to all of us. Yeah. And the only way that it's going to stop is if we make it up in our minds that it stops with me. Yeah. You know, like Mike was telling the truth. You got to start with the man in the mirror. Mm-hmm. You know, you want to make a change.
I basically told all my girls, well, except my youngest, I said to my two, I was like, yeah, y'all guys wasn't playing. I told Salima, I said, me and your mother went to war. It was like, you ain't my child. I had to get home to be born and be like, oh yeah, that is me. Okay.
Yeah, you need to cut that out because she looked just like you, bro.
But after that, it was just the fact that it was just the fact that okay, we're here now. So you my baby, it is what it is, you know, and that pretty much once you came out the womb, especially with my youngest, once she came out, I was like, well, no son here, but hey, let's get it going. And she's been the love of my life ever since. So now
let me get a couple of these super chats, brother, real quick. Yeah. Sonic Dude for $5 says, not to derail the conversation, but Jay, Ice-T got news for you. What's that about?
Do you guys want to see the clip?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. We need
first,
content.
let me get this one.
Yeah,
real
you
quick.
read that.
Yeah,
all right.
stay there.
I'm just warning you. It's a clip from a TV show with Ice-T. That's all I'm saying about it, but I'll show you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's do this then. Epstein's Ghost for $10 says, Hail Dark Council. Anybody catch Lorena in that Marty attire? That's Saturday, right?
I think
you mean on Toxic Femme on Monday? Because I think that's what you mean.
Did we miss something?
Go back and watch Toxic Femme.
Oh, damn. All right. Good looking out. Epstein's Ghost.
I watched it. I bore witness.
Somehow I missed that one. Okay, I'm going back. As a matter of fact, show's over. I'm going to go check that out right now.
He's about to go put the kids to bed. Don't put the kids to bed.
You gotta put
There you go. Oh, this is going to be juicy, guys.
Yes. By the way, Mark with a C I felt the love in that everything is going to be all white video that you did. That's how I felt. But glad you're not a victim. Cheers. Thank you. Could never be a victim, bro. It's in my Twitter bio. It says I am invincible. That's what that's about. You know, I come through some stuff like a lot of us did, but you know something? You keep it moving, bro. You keep it moving. You cannot stay down too long because life has a way of piling up on top of you. You got to get up. You got to shake it off.
By the way, big shouts to everybody. Big shouts to the chat. How y'all doing? And I was sitting there listening to you guys as I was driving home, and you know, like I said, when I did my video about everything's gonna be all white, I started the video with media wants you to think that no whites really fought and died for civil rights, and that's something that Karras once said years ago when he was putting knowledge on kids' heads that was in my head as a child. Oh, he was young, so not real young, but I understood that what he was saying that. And then as I got older, you know, I found out more things about my family. My family is super diverse. You know, the one thing that they keep trying to say that they're all about. I got white, I got Native American, I got black, I got Japanese, I got, you name it, I got it in my family. So when I see people try to dump on white people, it's not like with this whatever her name is, like, oh, you raccooning or something. I'm like, bro, like, if you go back far enough, we all have a common ancestor. So you need to stop acting like we don't. We're all humans. We're all humans. So you need to sit all the way down with that nonsense. I got a nephew that's half white. I got a goddaughter that's half white. I mean, my niece is half Japanese. Like I'm saying, like I can't tolerate hearing stuff like that because all that does is like I'm so the way you're trying to make it sound right. I go into my family gathering, and I got white people, black people, Asian people. I'm supposed to be looking at them side eye. These are people I grew up with. I love. What kind of sense do you sound? You trying to say I'm cooning? I'm like, word. Word. Look,
that really pissed me off. Like
it did.
So
piss me off too.
So if I don't like the way that you put something out there to dump on somebody because you wouldn't want that happening to you, I'm supposed to be a coon. Yeah,
fellas, it's Joe Biden all over again. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. It's the same energy. We're supposed to think a certain way.
A good look.
There's only a certain way that we're allowed to think, and if we don't think that way, they got no use for us whatsoever. That's the reason why they don't hear us when they talk about the fandom. It's like I said before. If we want your opinion, we'll give it to you.
Yeah,
they don't want to hear like our individual thought patterns. We're supposed to be on that thought plantation. That's all that is. But we here in the Dark Council, we don't go for that. Now, let me just check this out right here. Ballet Dancer. What's up, babes? $4.99. Who called you a Sam Boone Coon, Abu? How dare they? Many of us work with our youth because we love them. The media never shows the positive, only.
Yeah.
The negative.
Only the negative.
That is so true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ballet Dancer. I've been there and done that, but I'm on the right side of history, and I'm up here working to create something better for our children and our grandchildren going forward. My youngest is from an interracial, coming together. She's half white. So what am I going to do? You understand what I'm saying? That's my baby. She has white ancestries from all the way from Ireland and the whole bit. It is what it is. So I'm going to make sure my baby knows her black history and knows the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from Islam and everything else. But at the same time, you're going to celebrate your ancestry on the other side. You're the perfect union, for this. Have me learn something even more than I need, because now we are connected. We're connected. So you're not going to have me sit up here and watch something like that, and I'm supposed to feel proud of it because now my little girl, I'm not trying to have her hate her own race because we've been there.
But you got to stop thinking of it like that. We got to stop the divide.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to allow. She can't
separate the two because what you want to teach her is American history. That's what you want to teach her. And then she can have and find whatever. I don't know what what her mother's culture is. I don't know if she's Irish, if she's German. That's her culture, right? And so she can find whatever it is within that culture, and then also within what culture you bring to her. But what you're going to be teaching her is American history. We need to stop that divide, and that starts with us thinking that. We have to recognize the fact that all of this is for one thing. This the mighty dollar. It's all about how this division, how we can stay divided, how we can continue to perpetuate this on both sides to keep us separated. The biggest way, the easiest way to do that is through entertainment. I say this all the time, whether it's music or the movies or the books that we read and write, that is the reason for all of this different infusion. It's like we all say, they don't give a shit about the actual IPs. The purpose is to infuse these things that we love and that brings us together with this division. And as soon as you see this Lord of the Rings, for example, with the dark-skinned elf, because it's not a black elf. He doesn't have African roots. He's not a black elf. It's not from current society. He's a dark-skinned elf. The purpose of that is to create that shock value, to have people talking about it, to have people hating it, and to create that divide. That's all this is. It continues to be that. It drives me fucking crazy that we're not seeing this shit. Like, we're on every goddamn level, whether it's gender, sex, race. It's all about division, because the belief that the world is ready to heal, and somebody or some persons don't want that to happen. And so, it's just whatever.
No, but
ladies and gentlemen, Fatal J.
But just to clarify before, because what I teach to my kids is going to encompass everything they need to know in order to survive. The American history aspect of it, I am feeling you on that. I didn't mention it because it's kind of in the back of the head that was always going to be. You're here in America, so you got to know all of it. You understand what I'm saying? So
that's the whole thing where there's a separation. Like Black History Month, it's American history. All of it together is American history. Whether you're talking about slavery in America, whether you're talking about what happened to the natives in America, whatever you're talking about, what happened to the Irish in America, it's all American history. When we put that separation on it, that's what can create that anger, that animosity, and that continues to perpetuate that going forward. There will never be healing as soon as if we don't consider ourselves one peoples.
Exactly.
That's what we are.
Exactly.
Callis, you know how many fights I got in. You know how many fights I got in with family because I said, and you've heard me say it on videos. Some of you who've been watching my videos, that we'll never get anywhere until we start being human before we're black. And I get into fights with family. What do you mean by that? You mean you want to be white? What, white is now human? Is that what you're telling me? You give humanity and all the attributes of humanity to white, and you're just the black race? Is that what it is? No, you're a human being. Facts. We're human beings. Facts. You must be human first.
That was created for separation, for the purpose of caste, for the purpose of supremacy. Eliminate it, and then that goes away.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Just to kind of back up what Callis was saying, because when I was on Chrissy Meyer, we were actually talking about this thing about Black History Month. Now, I said at one period in time that was needed when it was started because the contributions of Black Americans were not recognized. We're talking like 1920, 1930 or so. But now, as much as we know, that needs to be folded into American history, period. When you start talking about Black inventors, when you start talking about, Benjamin Banneker, who was an astronomer, the person who, when the French guy walked off the job of designing and architecting Washington, D.C., he was a free Black man who took that over. So all those streets that you see in Washington, D.C. and how they were laid out, that was laid out by a Black man. Do you think schools are teaching that? We're all throughout history, engineering, science, blood transfusions. Dr. Charles Drew, do you know about him? Okay, he invented that whole process of being able to donate blood, okay, and use that. And that man died needlessly because they let him die because he was Black in the 60s. And you don't even hear that. When people hear about the contributions that we made throughout history, and it's taught as American history itself, you look at it differently. It's a part of this country, just like everyone else's part of his culture is part of this country. But for years, that was not talked about. So that made a lot of Black Americans, me included when I was younger, feel excluded from that country. And that does make you angry. But the pay forward is folding all of that together. So we're seen as one people. You're always going to have 20% of people who are just going to be racist a-holes. That's just out there. You can't control that whatsoever. But you cannot worry about them. What you have to worry about is the path forward. And if we keep fighting ourselves, we're not going to stand. What is it that Lincoln said? A house divided against itself can't stand.
I think we would have learned that by now. But let me catch up on these super chats really quick, guys. You're being very considerate to me, and I do appreciate it. It says Epstein's ghost for $5. Lorena, you do your park tours. Your park tours have been gold. By the way, invite Drunk or Jane Theory to one of your outings.
She never invited me.
You got my number.
Oh shit! I know.
Your finger broken?
Well, let me go on. Comic chat again. Comic chat coming back, $10. Danny says, this racism problem is going to be very hard to change. I'm in an interracial marriage. My wife and I couldn't find a minister to marry us 25 years ago. Wasn't that long ago? 25 years ago, you were still going through this? This conversation needs to be had to make a change. Damn. Wow.
25 years ago. That's a
not too long.
Very. That's not too long. Like, listen. Like I said, my great grandmother was married to a Black man, and obviously she was Irish. So I couldn't imagine how they got married. That's crazy. Talking about back that
you gotta understand though. There's different pockets of places too. That was very accepting and very not accepting, and even to places. There was a time where Tiger Woods couldn't even play in certain golf courses, and that wasn't that long ago. So, and it's like, and many Americans never even knew that existed until it made the news. I had no idea that there was golf courses that Tiger Woods couldn't play on until it made the news. And we were like, what? It's like, what? That's ridiculous. And they quickly changed their thing. So it's like education is power. Just like Lorena is 100% on when I was a teacher in Black History Month, the public school board from the U.S. government said in the month of February you taught Martin Luther King, Jackie Robinson, and the guy Carver, the peanut guy.
George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver. That's it.
That's
and then once that was it,
you don't touch Malcolm X. You don't touch Colt.
You move on,
Yeah,
so it's like
you don't touch those Black militants.
But what I'm saying, it's such a and Callis's point on, man. It's like a lot of teachers are like, all right, we'll teach these 3 Black things, and we'll just go on to whatever's in the history books. And education is key. But I can't stay too much longer. Mark knows this. After you read this, I'll show the Ice-T video. And then I'm going to leave because y'all going to be mad at me, and I'm going to be out, and I'm going to let y'all roast me when I'm gone because it's really something. But it's Ice-T.
All right, let me get this one, and then we'll go on into that. Epstein's Ghost for $10. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, as a Black man that surfs and snowboards and grew up with white family uncles who showed me being a free thinker opens up the world instead of being stuck in the hood like all my friends still are. That's real. That's real. Sometimes that's how it is. You have to experience something outside of where you're from to understand what this world is. Growing up in New York the way I did, that's all I knew. All I knew was the streets of New York until I met what was going to be my wife, now my ex-wife, but I still got love for a knucklehead. But but still, she brought me out to the country. She showed me the mountains, and I'm out there like, there's a world out here. She's like, that's right. So You got to see all this stuff. You have to see a better way of living to know what you deserve. You only got one life. Don't be stuck
Mark
in
hit the nail on the head, man. I took these 5th graders to St. Augustine. Many of them never even been out of the county. Their eyes and mine were just like
blown away.
This is in America? I was like, yeah, 2 hours away. So anyway, you guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, I just laughed, please. It's from a TV show. Forgive me. I came across this clip the other day. I couldn't stop laughing. It's Ice-T laying down the truth and the facts. All right, don't say nothing until it's Ice-T is about to lay it down on this brother. Y'all ready?
You ready?
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Just how you had the realization face, though. Like,
when it dawned on him,
he tried it.
I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, that was international.
What in the world did I watch? My man was like, I'm not gay.
You,
I have relationships with women, but I have sex with men. Dude.
Drunk is finished. He's finished.
You hear the music?
Yeah, that music is crazy.
The music was really the one that just get when he turned his head like,
oh my gosh.
You should just said the more
I got news for you.
I was waiting for that.
Oh my gosh. What a way to
you
transition.
would think it might occur to you when you're putting certain things, certain places that,
You know what would have been more hilarious? He would have answered back to Ice-T like, wow.
He might have. The clip just got from there.
Now I know. And then Ice-T be like, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, I do.
God.
We got the Sweet Jane theory with the $10 super sticker. Thank you, Jane. Yeah.
Anyway, I have to head out. There's some things I have to do. Y'all give me some well wishes. I'm going on a road trip for a little bit, and
be careful.
I got it's a good. It could be a good thing for all of us, you know. So like that's what we're gonna do. But I have to.
Your report.
I got to take care of some things on the G&G side because some people are not there. So they're like, Jay, you're still at home. So can you host and put all that stuff? So I was like, yeah, I can handle all that. Plus, Fatal's going to knock it down. I want to say congratulations, Fatal J, man. His channel is hit the lightning bolt. Talking about elves, talking about fades. Man got like over 1,000 new subs in a day. I am
Fatal.
So proud of you, Fatal. I keep going
Fatal,
back to your videos.
you ain't playing, bro.
Right now.
Fatal popped a Sam's Cola for that shit.
I couldn't believe I went. What is it on like 20, almost 20,000, 70K.
So yeah, 60. Well, not 64,000.
Respect. You played a part in that too, bro. You boosted that video up.
Shoot, my video's not even at 70K. That promoted you, so you know.
I know Jody's in the basement right now, crying his eyes out.
That man hasn't seen. That man hasn't seen.
Hey, listen, we don't talk about
70K till he was 120 pounds. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
I hate to do it, but on my channel, I'm not having that. Okay, I do not acknowledge that. All right, so we ain't even talking about that dude. All right, leave that outside the door somewhere.
He who shall not be named.
Exactly.
No, seriously, Fatal. I love it when my friends like shine, bro. It's freaking out. How many subs did you gain in like a few days?
Almost 1,000.
Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
Yeah,
and they coming back to your other videos too.
Yeah,
like they coming back and watching.
Yeah. It's dope, man. And like I said, Drunk, you played a part in that, man. I appreciate you.
Small part, bro. Small part.
Yes,
I'm just glad.
My brother's Dark Council played a part in it. You know.
Yeah, I hope you hit 100K.
Always got your back.
This is what I always. This what I always real quick. This is what I always tell the group though. We gonna get there, all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just coming. Cool. Like I saw your video before I did mine, and I just was laughing when you were like, What did they do to my brother? They gave him a fade. Man, I was done. I had breakfast. I set it down. I was like, he did not say that on the video. I was dying, man. I was laughing so hard. Remember, I text y'all in the group. I was like, Fado, this video is hilarious. I'm gonna shout it out in mine to get it some traction, but he didn't need me, man. You just it skyrocketed.
Yeah, Fado.
How's
man.
the comments?
You a beast.
Any hate comments in there or
no hate? But everybody did get a kick out of that fade joke.
That's gonna be an iconic. That's gonna be the iconic clip right there.
Every time I was on the Geeks and Gamers live stream and they brought that up and I was just like, oh man, my boy Fatal said he's got a fade. Everybody just was laughing. It was so good. Oh, wait. Well, he yelling at somebody. What? Oh,
there you go.
Hey, she made me something to eat dinner, man.
Look at that.
Hey,
that's what's up.
Damn, slow down, baby.
This is my wife's special piece of garlic bread. She put the pepperoni and the cheese and all that. It's going to be a good
I just
night,
want to
man.
know what Lorena's special pizza tastes like. All right, I love y'all.
Whoa!
Drunk ain't no good. Drunk, safe travels, brother. Safe travels, Jay.
Wow.
Safe travels, Jay. You'll get that paper, baby.
Yeah.
We got let's see. Epstein's Ghost for the $5 super chat. Thank you. It says, ha ha. My girlfriend's MILF mom. Wait a minute now. My girlfriend's MILF mom said, who's that cute sugar bear? As soon as Fatal hopped in. Fatal. She looks like a hot older Stacey Dash. You got fans. Yo.
Oh. Hey, thanks.
Yo, y'all people are crazy.
Wow.
Are we ready to get into this Lord of the Rings thing?
Yes, we're about to do that. All right. All right. So I'm all caught up. So, yeah, I'm glad you're here, Fatal, because we are going to get into this Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? And I don't know how you guys feel about this. What's been going on with Lord of the Rings? You know, all of a sudden we got black, elves and dwarves. The dwarf woman doesn't have a beard. I mean, talk to me.
Yo, you know what's so funny? For all the years that we watched the Lord of the Rings, both as we was kids when they had the animated thing, and ain't a thought in our mind that we needed to see a black person in there. We was as kids when we was watching the Lord of the Rings, you know, that animation by you remember that old cartoon and
the Rankin Bass cartoon.
Yeah, they singing their songs and stuff. That was just entertainment. You know, we didn't look at color. We just saw funny characters and they doing X, Y, and Z. Not even a thought in our mind. Then when Peter Jackson made his manifesto, and I will tell you this right now, what Amazon Prime is trying to do, Peter Jackson raised the bar so goddamn high, it is impossible for them to even recreate even a slither of what he put together. And he put together the Lord of the Rings trilogy on a scale unheard of and it will never be repeated ever again.
Abu, you not ever lying. That Lord of the Rings trilogy, bro, that Peter Jackson did.
Yeah.
It's no one, I believe, on this planet can make something as perfect as he did, bro.
No,
nobody.
Even the Hobbit trilogy, where they kind of got a little, pushback behind that and this, that, whatever. But watching that and all the extended versions, it is to me, and then I'm more of a layman behind that. It's to me more seamless in terms of how he's building up to when it comes to the Lord of the Rings. When you look at his Hobbit trilogy, all extended versions, and then Lord of the Rings, all extended version, that thing is a manifesto unheard of.
Bro, it puts you in another universe, bro.
That's what it does.
It puts you in another world, bro.
But the entire time we watching it, we wasn't getting bent out of shape because there was no black characters there.
I promise you, when I watched Lord of the Rings trilogy, I never asked a single time, Where's the black people?
Where's the black? Yeah, where's the brother? I mean, in Star Wars, we only said that as like a little bit of a joke. You know, it's like, damn, there's no brothers in outer space. And Samuel L. Jackson said it. He's like, ain't no brothers in outer space. But it wasn't anything to say anything bad about it. We just said, oh, we didn't notice it, but hey, let's on with the show. We loved the product that was given to us. The same thing.
The way I saw it, Abu,
Lord of the Rings.
We were in Middle Earth. We were in Middle Earth. You know what I mean? I didn't see that we were, you know, in Manhattan somewhere. It's like I just thought that we were in a different place with different characters and different races of being of men and stuff. I wasn't really looking for you know, representation from the world that we live in here.
But this is the kicker though, fellas. This is the thing about it, because I'm a hardcore Tolkien fan. I read The Hobbit in the 4th grade. Loved that book so much, bro. I read it in 2 days. I can remember I was sitting up in church, bro, and the people just shouting and getting the Holy Ghost and all this stuff. I'm sitting up there reading this book trying to finish it because I'm literally, bro, like never in the story. I was in that world, bro.
Yeah,
I was inside that
my
book.
mother bought The Hobbit and read it to me, but from what I remembered, and my aunt actually can chime in on this because she was there in the room, just hearing my mother trying to read out certain words that she couldn't even pronounce. But she bought this thing as a children's story. It was supposed to be a children's story, and she wanted to read this to me. And I was pretty much like, I think it was six or seven. But I'm sitting in my bed and I'm listening to her. But as she was describing the characters, but she didn't read the whole book. She just read, you know, a few paragraphs, a chapter, and then that was it. And she told me that if you want to know more, you got to be good, and I'll read to you again. But I felt it entertaining the way that she tried to read through it, but at the same time, wasn't worrying about, you know, what the color of the skin was, because as you're reading something from a book, your imagination takes over.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, well,
that's let me get a few right here, guys, real quick. Biggles Mets for $5. Hail the Dark Council. Amazon Lord of the Rings doesn't even exist. I refuse to believe it exists. I'm with you, bro. Thank you so much.
Me too.
So
right, let's spin off
my take on this. Oh, you got more.
One sec. I got 2 more. Epstein's Ghost again. Thank you, man. Abu's on point, 100%. It wasn't about anything other than the story. Yeah, if you know, you know. Then we got Terminus EST for $5. Thank you, sir. All the new Lord of the Rings show needs now is some body positivity representation, and it'll be the Lord of the Rings.
You know that shit is coming up next. Actually, they're probably they're gonna throw that in there somewhere as well.
I think that's where we're heading.
So me, as not a, I'm not a aficionado when it comes to Lord of the Rings, but I respect it. And I respect the fact that it has a huge fandom, kind of like with Star Wars, but we lost Star Wars. Star Wars is gone.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when I speak about this is the fact that I want to, put it out there that, look, we see you and we hear you. But I did a video today talking about the Black Elf, right? Mm-hmm. And big shouts to OG, my fellow pimp. She had put up a meme where it says, where orcs came from. And it says they were once elves. And then they show the Black Elf. Because what the problem is, if this happens 3,400 years in the past, and when we get to the Peter Jackson version, there's no Black Elves, what happened to the Black Elves? Mm-hmm. Now they have put into the motion that, because remember all last year there was this whole big stink about, orcs are black people. It's supposed to be, you're making fun of black people with the orcs, but now you just literally made it possible to make the Black Elves orcs because they're not inside the new one. Where were they at? So now you've actually laid the foundation for it to be orcs to be equated with black beings, which is insulting. This is what I'm saying. When you break lore, you're doing more than just, I just want to make something for today, today's sensibilities. And by the way, when you do things like that, you take something that was timeless and you make it dated. Instantaneously. The instant you make something for modern times, it is dated. Period. Because what's going to happen in another 100 years? It ain't going to be the same way it is now.
Yeah.
But Lord of the Rings, the way it was written, sure, it was written at a time, but that was what England was. It was 99% white at the time. I'm pretty sure there was some black people there. But and big shouts to Fatal, even though he disappeared. He was like, it would have made more sense if they would have said they had a black human there. If they would have put black humans in there, you could say, okay, great, because you can explain why they're not inside the Lord of the Rings movie, because they don't live long. Humans don't live long as elves. You see what I'm saying? So you can make that thing. But if you're going to make an elf that has, they can live upwards to 1,000 years, the F happened to the black elves. What happened to them? And it just goes to show you how ist-and-phobe Hollywood really is. They're the real ist-and-phobes, and every time they call anybody who disagrees with them ist-and-phobes, that is projection. That's them saying they're putting their guilt on you because they're the ones who are actual ist-and-phobes.
Let me get this from Terminus EST for $5. Fatal, listen up. Now, Fatal needs to do some boo-boo reviews on the toilet, and he'll get even more subs. Drunk may have the most subs, but Fatal will be in third place.
Terminus is really pushing these boo-boo streams, man. Pause.
Shit, you was the one that was pushing it at one point.
Yeah, you were.
So you already put that thing
sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet. That was you putting that thing up there.
I might do one for the Batman when the Batman come out.
Oh boy, there you go.
I might do the one for Batterson. Y'all never know.
Yeah. But hearing some real crazy things about that.
Why now? Why now? Why?
But have y'all noticed this though? Y'all noticed this? Star Trek, they did it. Star Wars, they did it. Lord of the Rings, they about to do it. It's the same old thing, man. It's the same old thing where they take what we love, the old school stuff, try to put a spin on it, diversify it, and it end up being crap.
Trash.
And then they get pissed off. This how it's the same pattern. Then they get pissed off, and what they do, they blame the fans. They blame the fans.
That's what they did with the Vanity Fair article, Fatal, that you were talking about, because we talked about that on Toxic Femme. They front loaded and basically said, if you don't like the fact that this elf is black and Latino, that you have something against, blacks and Latinos, you're a troll for even saying that. We've seen the same game plan before. It's the same thing.
Same game plan. And the thing about it is, the reason why people are so passionate about this, the hardcore Tolkien fans, is because Middle Earth, that portion that they freaking focus on throughout the whole book, you can basically say that's Europe. That's a Europe part. But they have southern parts that have African or dark-skinned people there. But the focus is not on the people. It's focused on the European parts of Middle Earth.
And you can't. And even if they did, I still question the motives of Hollywood when they do things like this, because it's not just happening, like you said, it's not just happening with Lord of the Rings. It's happening with Star Wars, with Star Trek, just about everything you can name. This is their gimmick, regardless of whatever the source material is. They're going to be doing this either way. They're talking about doing another a High Republic TV show, live action. And they already put the call out for a non-binary character. Like, you see this going on everywhere. But let me get this from Epstein's Ghost, because he making it rain up in here, and I appreciate it. Epstein's Ghost, $5. And I think Fatal said it. Y'all will reach 100K through people that see you're genuine, and those fans are loyal until woke fans, unlike woke fans who switch if you say the wrong thing. I agree 100%. That's why I don't have a problem with with a slow growth, because you're getting your audience will be loyal to you.
It's no doubt in my mind, I promise you, and I can bet 1,000% on it. Dark Council will be one of the biggest streams on YouTube eventually. It ain't.
But until then, we love each and every one of you.
We will love each and every one of you.
That's right. This is the most important thing, that we're here together right now. I've been saying that from day one. That's what matters to me the most, that we're here.
Always and forever.
Each
moment with you.
Get your hands out.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Just like a
Dream to me.
Is that for me, Mom?
Somehow came true.
Tell your bitch ass boyfriend don't come over here no more.
Day,
Love me
Your own special way. Melt on my heart.
What's with the side eye? What's with the side eye?
With the
Side eye. Sorry, my mind is drifting back to Howard Party.
All right, I'm gonna come back. Come on, baby, I love you.
We'll share tomorrow
together.
Y'all know the first time I heard that was on Kid and Play. First time I heard that was on Kid and Play.
Oh,
on House Party.
That song is great.
I love that goddamn
take those
song,
pants
man.
from you, girl.
Real quick. Another song that kind of gets me like that is I always love this song is Tina Marie and Rick James. I love that song. Yeah, I love that song. That's my jam. I don't care. Tina. That song is fire. I don't care what nobody say.
Absolutely.
Tina killed that.
But just to get back to the Lord of the Rings thing, the whole premise behind, my man, Black Elf with the fade.
Bro, he had a fade, bro.
Clean, looking like T.I.
Bro, I ain't never seen an elf with a fade, though, bro. Usually they got that long flowing hair. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine the scene with the Black Elf was talking to somebody? It's like, brother, who's your barber? He gave you that good.
This is the problem. This is the problem that Hollywood has always had.
Didn't do that shit.
This is the problem that Hollywood has always had. I was talking about this in my video as well. I was saying that, take The Walking Dead, for instance. You're in the zombie apocalypse. You got the white people are walking around, their hair's all like fucked up and it's all pasted to their face. They look like they ain't showered in like 2 months. Then you got the black dude come in here. He got the fresh baldy, you know what I mean? Like, who's scalping you, bro? Who's doing this in the zombie apocalypse? You got the beard all lined up and everything.
Bro, I'm gonna try to stay fresh too in the apocalypse because you don't know, man.
Cal's gonna have his wall clippers fully charged at all times, bro.
You know, man.
I'll
be outside just sharpen my razor with the knife, baby. And I'm out here like,
how are you gonna explain the Just for Men though? How are you gonna explain the Just for Men? Dude is 70 years old coming out with a jet black beard, bro.
I gotta find a Poland friend.
I'm trying to keep up with these elves, brother.
But bro, I always thought this though. I don't know why I always thought this. If the apocalypse go down, I'll be thinking about stuff like that. Like, who gonna fade me up?
Fade you up, bro. You're gonna be
fade yourself up. You better fade yourself up.
You ain't fading nothing. You're trying to live, bro. You're not fading anything. You're trying to live.
When the apocalypse hit, we gonna be towed up, bro. Like beards.
Nah, we're gonna have to find a house.
Where would they have their barbershop? Where would they have their barbershop at? In the tree?
Y'all dropping that science. Go on the speaker.
Listen, we're gonna have to find a house every 100 miles or so that got some electricity. I'm gonna save my barber and make sure his clippers stay sharp, bro. Listen, you never know. I'm trying to come up on the outside of this apocalypse. We can't stay in the apocalypse forever.
Terminus. Yeah, it's money time, damn it. Shh. Terminus. Robert Rodriguez put his own spin on the Boo Boo Fett show, all right? Look at Lord Callis spinning around, popping suckers in the finale. Bro, I got to give it to you, Callis. You did your thing, man. You did your thing. That was the best part of the show.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hey, Callis, did you like the ending, though? Because I don't think we never talked about it with you, though.
He was off.
I put up my video on it. No, I didn't. I didn't like the finale too tough. I thought that the whole season was okay. I really liked 2 episodes. I thought 4 episodes were all right.
I'm telling you, Disney needs to get on their fucking knees and praise God for Lord Callis. They probably in their little meeting rooms like, is Lord Callis talking good about our shit?
What?
Somewhat.
They stay copyright, Callis. I don't see shit like this everywhere.
Oh, you gotta love those black guys that love our stuff, huh?
Bro, Callis like to show up in all this Star Wars stuff.
Send him a gift basket. Send him a gift basket. Go throw Grogu and a couple of Power Rangers.
Fuck all that. Give me some lightsabers, man. That's what I want.
Ghost for $5. Don't invite Drunk anymore until he has Raina on his Saturday Live. Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, Raina lights it up wherever she goes. I mean, she's an MVP for real. By the way, Mark, you're about due on it. Your Jane Theory collab with Drunk was lit. Well, thank you. Hey. Yeah. We do need to do that again. That was great.
Mark, was Epstein Ghost the one that said he'll pay for Drunk to hit?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
They trying to start trouble.
Was that Epstein Ghost?
No, was it?
It could have been.
Yeah, it was him. He said he.
I think it was.
Well, damn, the
man after my own heart.
It was him.
Epstein's Ghost is being amazing. Thank you so much. $5 super chat. Speaking of the zombie apocalypse, who in the crew would survive it? And what is that, in your opinion? Running zombies, mind you.
Probably
running zombies.
Oh, like World War Z?
Right,
I'm a track star. I'm surviving.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll make sure. Look, check this out here. I'll make sure my motorcycle is got full gas tank in it. I'm out. You ain't gonna catch me.
Imagine now, you ain't gonna make it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm making it. I'm hopping on the bike. I'm out. I'm out.
Well, actually, Drunk getting caught first. Drunk.
He gonna fall and trip. He gonna fall and trip on something.
Yo, those running zombies are a problem.
Hey, Callis, Drunk the type. What is that noise?
What is
that noise?
And check it out.
You can see what it is.
I'm gonna say, Drunk, go see what that is. Drunk, what is that noise? Go see what that is. Drunk gonna say, I'm gonna go see what that is. Everybody else.
The running zombie's gonna catch you on that bike, D. You ain't going nowhere.
Nah, I'm out of there, bro. Yeah. I'm out.
I'm out. Getting caught. So after Drunk, then it's D.
What, man? You're trying to get rid of me quick, huh? I see how y'all.
I'm not trying to, bro. I'm just saying.
First of all, they're gonna get you in your sleep because you always sleeping anyway. So we ain't gonna get to your bike, bro.
It ain't gonna beat me. I'm from Texas. I'm gacked up. I'm gacked up. I'm gacked up. It's guns everywhere, man.
He's gonna be like, "What's that? Remember that movie Tremors? They had the wall of guns. They were like, boom,
bro. Texas, bro. It's so easy to get a gun here, bro. It's not even funny.
But the problem is, Fatal. At some point, we are gonna run out of bullets. That's where I come in. I'm gonna have TNT all over my body. I'm like, come on, you motherfucker! I'm taking the hell with it,
bro. Yeah, that's Abu gonna talk. Listen, guys, listen. I've lived my life. Y'all keep it going. Y'all. Abu make that sacrifice. He says,
"Save yourself.
Yeah,
save yourself."
You run right into the crowd of fucking zombies.
I'm gonna go out the place, and then somebody jump in front of me, and be like, "Yeah, go ahead, motherfucker, get in there, get in there."
Epstein's Ghost again. I love you, man. Epstein's Ghost you're incredible. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Ha ha. Yeah, Drunk getting chewed up first.
I love my brother, but he getting
I love my brother too. It's all love, Drunk. It's all love, brother.
Yeah, but this is the Dark Council. Things happen in reverse over here. Normally, it's the black guy that gets it first. Sorry. Terminus EST for $5 says the finale was a mess, but the best part of that finale was the Rancor. Though it could have eaten Boba, and his guts could have been Boba Fettuccine. Aha! I get it.
But that was like some Godzilla stuff right there.
The best thing was Callis doing that John Wick spin.
Yeah.
Everybody knocking them down. So cool.
I don't know what the purpose of that spin was, but
there was no purpose.
But he had style, though.
Well, it was flashy. He kept it flashy.
No, it was Robert. It had a purpose. Robert Rodriguez trying to show his style.
Oh,
too little, too late.
Right, shit. You might as well have the faded elf do the spin now. You're gonna do a spin with the arrow. Look at the
Right there.
But let me ask you though about the whole like Boba Fett thing, right?
Like,
the whole
hold, fellow elf, would thy love a little fade, which you'd forsooth cut me off. Make it look like the elf maiden would be loving me to death. You know how they talk, you know.
Well, you know, another thing too we didn't mention with that elf too is that he's supposed to have a forbidden love with a white woman too.
Yeah,
yeah, that part was.
I'm gonna talk about that on this video, bro.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, they went.
They took it back 400 years.
They went full. They went full. It's the fold, boy. Now I'm telling you, that's what they did. They went full. It's the fold.
Yo, I can't wait now. Since you went and made the black elf, can't wait for Black Hobbits. It's gonna be my favorite. Master Gandalf, what are these Black Hobbits doing?
Black Hobbits. How's that even gonna go over, man? It's like you got Black Hobbits talking about second breakfast and you know how they just laying around the hut and all that. Now you got lazy hobbits. They got to be black lazy hobbits, and it's like, come on, bro.
Smoking old Toby,
right? And this the kicker, though.
That's not a good look, bro.
But this is the kicker. This is the highest production TV show ever made, bro.
It's been $1 billion over what five seasons
ever made, bro. Ever
$1 billion.
And look at that trailer. Is anybody feeling that trailer at all?
I thought that was a Game of Thrones trailer.
Thank you. That's what I thought too.
Except not even as interesting.
No,
exactly.
They're not showing us anything. Where's the story at? What are they showing us?
Well, the story is black elves. That's the story.
and dwarves. Don't forget. Don't forget
that's
the dwarf.
Right.
Yeah. No beard.
Black shaveless, shaved dwarves. That's what it is.
How are they going to explain that? Because they did make mention that dwarves, women have hairy beards. This girl is looking coming out.
You can't tell the difference between a man and a woman.
So what are they going to do about that? Do they shave or
and that's where they messed up at because
Black Elf's barber and get the.
That's where they messed up at because they couldn't do that to a black woman. You know what I mean? The mere fact that she's black means you can't put a beard on her. You can't do all these things because now it'll look like you're messing with.
They ain't never did that though.
But as much as they play the Betty Boy stuff on these shows, why shouldn't they? That could have been their perfect opportunity to do the fruit pop stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, it's double standards, bro.
Shit, it's gonna be Fruit Loop heaven in some of these stories.
and that's the problem, you know. But they want to hide behind the fact that they're throwing black people out there. Now you can't criticize it at all, even if the criticism is legitimate.
But they're not doing us no favors by just, like I said, randomly just going to IP to IP and put black faces on it, like you're trying to tell us, see, we're doing this for you. No, you're not doing this for me. I enjoyed Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit just as it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to create no narrative where there really is none. You know, you're just creating stuff to just, as Lorena said, you're just doing it just to see, you know, how the woke points is going to be, you know, spent, that these people doing this thing in the name of us. And I could tell you right now, you're not speaking for me. I already love the product as is.
Heck yeah.
It didn't insult my intelligence. It didn't, you know, there was nothing racist about it. It told a story. It told a fantasy story, a timeless story about, you know, taking the ring to the mountain and just throwing it in so you can save the world. And that's pretty much Lord of the Rings in a nutshell. Everything else is character building, characters that you can, you know, relate to. And even with the hobbits, man, they just weed smokers. They love food. That's basically what they were. Weed smokers, smoke weed every day. They got the old Toby, Gandalf getting rich. So you know what I'm saying? So now the Black Hobbit's gonna come in here and it's like, Mr. Gandalf, what is black motherfuckers? And Black Hobbits, son. I don't know what part of Hobbit town. Yeah, now they gotta have a town for the Black Hobbits, you know, Black Hobbit Brooklyn.
But watch this though. It was a cold commenter in one of my videos. He said something that they don't block themselves because this is a prequel to the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. Okay, what happened to all the black dwarves, all the black elves?
Yeah, I said that when you were gone.
He was saying that earlier.
Yeah, I said that when you was gone because
it's like maybe it was the description will be that it was just evolved, because remember it's not black like we look at black in our society today. These will just be dark-skinned elves, dark-skinned dwarves. They did not originate from Africa. This is Middle Earth, right?
But then they're gonna create something to
say that maybe like they phased out or something.
But they
you know what I mean? Like,
or they became orcs. That's what I was going to tell you. That's what makes me so mad about this.
But watch this. This is why people have a problem with it. I've read all the books, bro. J.R.R. Tolkien gave a description of what these elves look like, and he never said they were black. He described a skin color.
Don't say black is dark skinned. So let's take what you call it for example. Game of Thrones, right? So when you have the children, they were described as dark skinned, beautiful, long. They didn't do a justice on the show to the description of the children from the books. So that served a purpose, right? So what is the purpose that these dark-skinned elves are serving?
Watch this. Now watch this. White, well, I say Caucasian people, maybe black people too. They have a term called, and I'm pretty sure y'all have heard it, tall, dark, and handsome. That does not mean a black person. Mm-hmm. You ever heard that before? Tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah.
That don't mean you dark skinned.
It just means you have color to your skin, basically.
Yeah. That don't
You're
mean
not
you
pasty pale white.
Mm-hmm.
Pasty pale white would be that more sickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what they would say. Like if you got some nourishment in you. That's all that really means.
The fact that's bothering me is that they got to try to explain all of this, and then the fact that the fans are catching them at every point probably is really the bugging them out. That's why they like blocking people and this and that. They don't want
behind it.
They don't want the fans really breaking it down, which they have ever since this. This trailer came out.
Fatal. That's ultimately you have to look at the intent behind it, because not only if it just happened, right, without the shock value, because like Lorena was saying, there was commentary that came with it. There was intent behind it to create this separation, to create this controversy, and make it seem purposeful. When if the point was just to say, you know what, I want to expand on the lore, and I'm going to add dark-skinned elves or dark-skinned dwarves without talking about it, right? Not doing anybody any favors, and you explain how this came from this certain area or something. You're adding to this the fantasy, but that's not what happened. What happened is we get this is what you have to not deal with, but this is what we're doing. Please praise us for what we've done, kind of thing, right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, are we doing this to serve the story, or are we doing this to serve an agenda? And that's the problem.
Yeah,
because
they're doing it for the agenda, because stories like Lord of the Rings tells itself, and because the 3,000 years way back in those days, they're pretty much the elves is always the same. They're immortal. So
they immortal, bro. They are mortal. They don't change.
Right. So that takes care of them. So now where the human beings comes in, it's still, as you said, Fatal, the European part of the world. Like I said, we're not taking offense to it because there's nothing to offend. You're telling a story from your homeland. So, and you did this way back in what, in the 30s, the 40s, or whatever. So you created your whole universe in your sphere. And like I said, you didn't know if black people was going to read it, Indian people was going to read it, Mexican, this one, that one, all races of people. You didn't even think it was going to be worldwide loved beyond millions of people. You was telling your story in your own world. And
when you look at things like, because I'm a sci-fi fanatic, I write it, I play it, it's my favorite genre, right? And so when you look at things like Elder Scrolls, for example, and you have high elves, you have tree elves, and you have dark elves, right? The dark elves have dark skin, their complexion, but no, their complexion is typically darker, right? And they come from different areas. The high elves are typically taller. They were light skinned, and they had their own culture, they had their own purpose. Your tree elves, and you have your
but at the very least,
wood elves rather, and you have your dark elves,
right?
Things like that serve purpose.
But the purpose is that you're describing the races of the people on your story that you're creating. So Tolkien is only doing the same thing. He didn't think it was.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's not how that's not how they introduced it. What I'm saying is,
wait, hold on. I'm sorry,
the way that it was done.
Let me get this real quick, all right? Because I don't want it to get away and everything. But we have a clarification here, and this is important. It's from Epstein's Ghost for $10 with the super chat. Thank you so much for everything. And by the way, guys, thank you for the likes. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for all of the likes. Much love. Epstein's Ghost says, for the record, I told Drunk I pay for him to stay at the Star Wars Hotel if he invited Lorena to his Saturday live. Not him and Lorena to that Momo. I've never dissed the Dark Council Queen. Love you, Lorena.
Thank you for that distinction.
but Kellis, you spitting, bro. I just want to say this. This is why I'm angry, man. I love the Lord of the Rings world, probably just like Callis love the Star Wars world. Like, I know about every single character. You can pull one character out of J.R.R. Tolkien's books, and this is how much detail he put into the book. You can trace that one character lineage for 100 or 1,000 years into the books. No one has ever been that detailed like that, like J.R.R. Tolkien. That's why people are so upset. Because like Callis, what you said about Elder Scrolls, it has different elves. It's actually different type of elves in the Middle Earth lore, but nowhere did he say that the elves was dark skinned. It's not in there. You can't find it. He described the Noldor elves. They have mostly black hair. The Sylvan heirs, they have blonde hair, but they never said they had dark skin, bro, ever.
All right, so real quick, speaking on those L's, and because this is the other thing that I brought up in my video today, is the fact that Galadriel is supposed to be 2,000 years older than Elrond, right?
Exactly.
How they even in the same? They got them like they the same in the same age bracket. She's 2,000 years older than him,
and they wasn't even together like that in the books. They weren't even like hanging out with each other like that.
And the guy they got to play him looks more like he could be a younger Legolas than the Elrond. I mean, who's doing your casting, bro? Like, it's like, come on now.
The people that didn't want the actual scholars of Tolkien's writings,
they fired him. Fired him.
But this is the thing, and I want to go a little deep. Pause, like Callis was talking about. I truly believe when they give us this junk like this propaganda, the gender stuff, I think the government tell them to do some of this stuff. This is just me.
Oh, that's a bit of
either the government or some people say the Illuminati and all that type of stuff. Is somebody with big money They want to put these messages in our minds and keep us divided and keep us hating each other. Because guess what we doing when we watch a movie? We watching 3 hours of programming, bro. We watching 3 hours of messages. Movies make big money. Everybody sat down watching Boba Fett. They had a whole bunch of messages in there. So I think whoever is this Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine background person, they want to keep us divided.
No, listen. Absolutely. You need to go and check out. I think it was my last video where I was talking about how Disney actually has a think tank of people who are brainstorming how to program or put what did they say? How to transform culture. You know, so they actually have people who think about. Like, I know that YouTube doesn't send out my notifications. I've accepted that, you know, for a long time. However, that video is there, and I think that more people need to be talking about this.
Yes, sir.
You know, because it's there. You know, I think it's Project Veritas actually blew it up. They had a whistleblower who came out and talked about this, and this is not the first time. They want the minds of our kids. You know, we're talking about the things that we love and how we want it to come back to us and how we want independent creators to do the things that we like. But don't overlook the kids. These people see the need to get the minds of our kids before we do.
That's because they don't care about the kids.
You have to have counter programming for the kids.
Bro, you ain't lying.
Programming those kids.
You ain't lying. There was a clip I actually just put on Twitter where I was like, they got these kids in college sitting there protesting to put the mask mandate back on.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
You understand? You understand how insane that is? You can wear. Nobody said you can't wear one, but they are literally protesting to put the mask mandate back on.
Guess what? They also got you doing. They got you arguing against having a dark-skinned elf. Do you understand that? Think about that, man.
I understand that.
Think about that. So rather than allowing for creations, so for black creators to have or to see, you know, to create something new with these different characters, they will change a character from what was established and put a black face on that character and then cause that division, because
I see what you're saying.
Ends up happening is not only do the people who love it not want it, you got people who are saying, what is this? What's going on here? It continues to create division. That's that goddamn matrix, man. It's really goddamn.
Let me just get these couple of super chats. Then I got to ask a couple of questions about Star Wars because we only got like 15 minutes left. So the super chat, our good friend, our good brother RC from the NYC. What's up, my man? For $10, a $10 super chat. All hail the Dark Council. All hail the Queen. All hail the chat. Hope everyone is well and blessed.
Real quick, because I'm supposed to look at this thought, because I know you got some shit. But Callis, this is what makes me so mad, though, bro. Why take something dope, already established, already made, and freak it up
to do this?
But watch this though. When you could just when you can make your own IP, copycat that, and then put whatever you want in there.
Bro, you know I'm with you 100%. But what I'm trying, the point that I'm making is that because that would create inclusion. That would be the true inclusion, because that would let you look at that and say, this is awesome, this is me, whatever. That would allow anybody else that looks at that to say the same thing. That creates harmony. That's not what we want here, right? Wow. We want separation and division. So what we're going to do is
Black Superwoman's trying to have the feds come in here and kick my door down. Cut that out, Black Superwoman. I see you. Don't be saying. Don't be.
I say it's just straight division, bro.
It's straight division, bro. Because what they got now a cast of black men saying that they don't want to see a black elf in this movie. Do you see that? Like,
it worked on me.
Exactly, but that's my point. Is that the purpose is to create division. So let's look at something that is historically white characters, right? With Tolkien's creation, right? No fault, not, but that's what it is. How do we make this controversial? How do we create?
And whoever the marketers were, they probably said exactly what you said.
But that's the same thing that continues to happen. That's why I'm saying that they continue to utilize our entertainment as a form of division, man.
Yes,
they
sir.
continue to do that,
and that's the beginning.
It's not going to until we rebel and create our own.
You right?
Like the Rippaverse.
Yeah.
Shout out Ripper. And we can create that and stand on that and own that, and homies over on TikTok that their names are Black Sands that are creating their own
Black
universe.
Black Sands is dope. I read that.
But that's what I'm just saying. You know, when you have those things,
shout out, we can get them on here one day.
And you have
nice.
Then you can say, okay, you know what? I can enjoy the Lord of the Rings for what it is. I can enjoy Star Wars for what it is. I don't need this. I don't need Luke to be black. Luke was who he was, and I loved him for who he was. I did not watch Star Wars and not see myself. I absolutely saw myself. I didn't see Mark Hamill. I was Luke Skywalker.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I was Luke Skywalker. So those kinds of things are done purposely to continue to create this separation, man. We have to wake the fuck up.
Science. Check it out. Epstein's Ghost for $5. Damn, at the gym going heavy, but I'm impressed with Fatal. I thought I was a super nerd, but he's going nuclear. Mad respect, Fatal. Mad respect.
I mean, I just speak on stuff that I know, though. If I don't know it, I don't speak on it.
Now, let me just ask you a couple of questions here because we're about to have to break out here. All right. What was it? First of all, Jimmy Smits apparently coming back, you know, to what is it? Kenobi. He's going to be on there. They got Jimmy Smits coming back. All right. And the other thing.
Who is Jimmy Smith? Let me know.
Bail Organa.
Gotcha. The daddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how that's even working. I guess this is going to be flashback heavy. I don't know. You know, and the other thing is Han and Leia going on a honeymoon on what is it? On the
Galactic Star Cruiser.
Now all of a sudden they took a honeymoon on the Galactic Star Cruiser. All right. Stop for a moment to recognize the ridiculousness of this. I just wanted to put that out there before we left, that they're actually trying that. So next Valentine's Day, you know what you can do if you want to do it like Han Solo.
You got $6,000, bro? You got $6,000?
I wouldn't have thought that Han Solo had that kind of money. I never saw him doing anything luxurious, you know, so that's just weird to me. You know, the whole character.
I want to rob somebody, but you ain't got it, though.
Mark,
I want to rob somebody.
This thing went the distance, but like I said, I got 2 joints that I got to put out there because I can't use it.
Yeah,
I can't use it.
Okay,
and because I mentioned the topics that we was talking about, especially the Lord of the Rings thing. We should.
Okay, so we're gonna spin off. Spin off into the mid one.
You're the host, brother. I don't know how far because I know it is around 11 o'clock,
But Callis, I want to say this real quick. Callis was dropping some gems tonight.
Oh, he was. Damn, sure was.
I want to be the positive dude, but YouTube don't bless you for being positive, bro.
No,
you know what? It's not. See, Fatal. It's not even a matter of positivity. I know people like to put that on us. Oh, you're being negative. No, we're being critical. Okay, that's the difference.
I'm being truthful.
Well, even better. Even better. You know? All right, be truthful. You know, you tell it as you see it. That's what I always like to say. You know what I mean? They say what's on your mind.
I want to be that dude to say, you know what? That trailer was dope. It had black representation, but that's not me though.
See the problem.
That's not me.
Nah, I hear you, but what I want to do is I want to like spin off into Abu's midstream rap, then come back. We'll say our goodbyes and everything, and we'll let Abu close it out.
Basically, this whole thing with Lord of the Rings was something that I always coined: separate the bullshit from the authentic. It's on you, bro.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Where are you at? Where's the other Abu?
Here we go. It's on you. You the one that got to press play, man.
The doppelganger.
Man, oh man, the doppelganger. I tell you, you would have thought that these people would have learned from Disney, learned from Star Trek, learned from Doctor Who, learned from He-Man. Nope. Lord of the Rings is about to jump off the cliff along with them. And you know what? It is what it is. But we got to stay true to our convictions.
Yes, sir.
I know that it's hard. It's hard, man. It's almost like when will it end? But we gotta stay strong, because
That's right.
The kings on the throne, they gotta get knocked down one way or the other. So let's do it. That's why you kill a king.
Come on, Abo.
That's why you gotta do it.
Yeah.
The king is a tyrant. And you gotta separate the bullshit from the authentic. That's my motto. And that should be y'all motto too.
Feel it.
Nope. Let's go.
Face.
Surprise, surprise, look what has arrived. Clowns trying to give us all the grand prize. Prize that some of us cannot deny. The prize that some of us had fantasized. Some of us know that it's bullshit and lies. Some of us think that this shit needs to die. The truth of it is we don't know where to ride. Either with the corporate or the phantom side. But whatever we decide, we must abide. To carry all of this for the rest of our lives. We're at the threshold of everything we know. To be the truth when good folks ran the show. But these clowns are trying to make another go. To win your heart while they dish you on the low. We gotta separate the real from the fake. Be true to it all, otherwise it's a waste. Because
separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Kill him dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Kill him dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
God is the true defender and avenger, ready to smite down all these pretenders. Ways of the warrior were major gains. Whoever was enslaved, ready for a change. The Dark Council will always be the bane of suckers that need to stay in their lane. Everything that we all loved in the past, getting tossed off, broken like glass. These pronoun kids don't even know the half. Why love for pop culture is fading fast. From Star Wars all the way to Doctor Who, Star Trek fans is still feeling the blues. Lord of the Rings is now getting hit. Force diversity back on they shit. They think they do want us a favor, but they not. You should leave it alone and let that shit rock.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Kill him dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
That boy go dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Kill him dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Stay on your toes as the cold wind blows. Master your senses, don't hold your nose. Know that your wisdom is highly respected. Of all things that need to be corrected. Young people always think they need to change, but sometimes things need to stay the same. Stop messing around with our modern myths. The more you persist, the more we resist. We go in hard, that's why you're having fits. You start crying and ask us if we give a shit. 40 plus years we had this on lock. Everything was timeless, solid as a rock. Merch was flying off the shelf non-stop. Books was being read all over the block. I spend the rest of my living days making sure what I love will never go away. Cause we
separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Kill him dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Kill him dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Kill a king.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
We kill him dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
We kill him dead.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
That's why I kill the king.
Yeah, you know. You already know what this is. Separate the bullshit from the authentic.
Right.
These clowns gonna recognize one way or the other. And they ain't doing my people a favor with the forced diversity shit. You know? You don't speak for all black people, you know? For some of them come fresh from rehab center. Lord have mercy, you know the offender. You know them born a pretender. Lord of council, return to the center. Learn what you need to learn to be a leader. Know the apple nasi, your born get a teacher. Everywhere we go, so boys will be a creeper. Them know every week, council be the keeper of their souls, and let them now see the reaper. You not fuck around, cause them but we a leader. Everywhere we go, Dark Council succeeds. Hoes be mad, but them stay on them knees. Beg the dog walk and to not be so mean. Look at you fetish, is not what it seems. Get all you man, no patient feed them. Toy boys and Sims, them are born simple ten.
Yeah.
I think we can end it off with this. They'll let you know. Low win with the flow.
Put it up.
Separate the bullshit, you know.
Put it up.
The authentic will glow. All let me know. Walk with the sea. It's on you, B.
No soul boys and banter boys.
New York.
Hope everyone's feeling good. All up in your hood.
No banter boys.
So forever and ever.
Dark Council on the roster.
Dark Council.
Let's go. One more time for your mom, baby.
I love that beat.
Yeah, I've had fun with it.
Man.
I'm in the mood with this music.
Yes, sir.
In my feelings. Never stop fighting for what you love, everybody.
Real talk.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at this producing. I'll tell you. All right, now Mark with a C. I'm bringing it back to you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Fuck Amazon Prime.
Classic.
Yeah, that was straight dopeness, yo. Hey, real quick before we get out of here, I just wanted to tell you, when I did my video today, do you understand that they actually will put the yellow stripe if you put the words Black Elf in there?
Yeah.
It did that. I was like, really, YouTube?
What they do?
You do what?
That means it's limited.
Yeah, it limited it.
Yeah.
So I had to change the words.
Yep.
It limited it for me putting the words Black Elf in my title.
Oh, I
Now
did
see,
that.
it haven't did nothing to me.
Yeah, it didn't do
did
anything
that.
to me.
Maybe they looking for you. They looking out for you. You did.
Yeah, that's
something.
probably because of my shorts. My shorts. Me and Mark be on that.
Yeah.
we be pushing that button. So
we got eyes on us. That's what it's been like that for a while. But let me get a couple more, then we're gonna wrap this up. Abu's gonna take us home. Epstein's Ghost again. You have been incredible tonight. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Bro. Thank you so much.
You selling bricks?
$5.
Got it like that.
I really appreciate you.
D, don't put that man business out like that, man.
He says, "Yo, I see Gina C popping in the Dark Council soon. I bet Fatal gonna be like, ow." Yeah.
I'm gonna be
We
chill,
all gonna
man.
be like that. Shoot.
I'm gonna be chill, man. I just want to hear if she want to come back to Star Wars or not, and if not, I understand.
Nah, I don't think she want to go back there.
Ain't nobody going back. Shoot.
Yeah.
You don't hear Carl Weathers talk about it.
What's up, Kaylee?
D for $1.99.
Love you, girl.
Dark Council. You all are awesome.
Kaylee.
We love you too.
Thank you, awesome, girl.
Yep. Oh, we got ballet dancer, $4.99, and with the help of the Abu Nas, kick it. It's funky. It's funky.
Ballet dancer.
Is one of my oldest supporters on YouTube. Like I said, I wouldn't be nowhere near successful if it wasn't for her and many others way back. So love you, ballet dancer. Thank you for hanging with your old man.
With the help of the Dr. Dre, kick it.
I love DOC. I had that above the law jamming last week.
Yes. I was feeling that, bro. I was feeling that.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, it is that magical hour. And just real quick, anybody got anything big coming up this weekend, Lorena?
Let's see. Man, I'm actually making good on that. So Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I am having my 3K Samba stream. So I will be all dressed up, carnival.
Oh well, then I got to not be on the
No,
camera.
you're not.
I'll tell you right
now. No, you probably don't want to be on camera.
Shit.
And hopefully.
You ain't say that, Lorena.
He said, "Shit." Yes. Look at Phantom.
Like, what? Well, if you're a member of my channel, you've already gotten a preview of the outfit. So I just
damn, I was a member and I missed the pre. Oh, I can hate myself.
Yeah, I got to pay attention to the to the community posts. But
Saturday.
Hopefully Saturday 7 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully the lovely gentlemen of the Dark Council will come by on the panel to join in on the fun. So
I was planning on it, but I don't know now, Lorraine.
You can tell the Callus be like, yeah, so are we talking about anything important? I may have to go pretty soon.
Okay, but let me tell you something about me. I may be there, but if you see a hand do this,
I understand.
Okay,
I understand. My mouth wrote a check that I didn't think I was ever going to be able to cash. But you know what? Y'all out there, especially y'all in the Dark Council, y'all there in the chat, thank you so very much, because I've never thought I was ever going to see 3K. I mean, really.
Well, fun fact.
I always knew it.
I knew it.
And beyond.
I knew it.
She'll do 100K.
But your talent speaks for itself, Lorena. I'm just proud that I had the distinct pleasure of talking you into putting your face on the screen.
And I want to give my
flowers
that
on my channel.
I want to give my flowers to Lorena, because Lorena was one of the first to rock with Dark Council, bro. I can remember when she was in the chat without even a channel. Y'all remember that?
Yeah,
absolutely.
With us,
running my mouth.
Always had the best comments too. Always. That's how I knew. I said you got to do your own thing for sure.
You
always saying something.
Abu, because I said, why don't you show your face? And I was like, I don't not telling them your face. Blah, blah, blah. So by the time we went to the ladies' night stream, I was really working hard. Like, listen, Lorena, you really gotta come out and just wow the crowd, because she had the little mask on, because that was a little avatar. And I said, yeah, well, you can wear the avatar, just come out with it, But she surprised me when we got her in there, and then she showed her face. The crowd in the chat was like, wow! They lost their mind. I felt like I was a genius. I was like, I did it again.
It was on your channel, and then Mark's like, "You gonna be on the channel? You gonna show your face?" I'm like, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it was at the very moment where it was game time when you actually decided, and I was like, okay, we got this.
See, I wasn't going to take no for an answer. I wasn't going to take no for an answer, because I already knew what the deal was. I just wanted the whole rest of the world, to know what it was.
Amen.
Because and I'm probably I want to do the same thing with Jane Theory as well. This is very important. I feel like there's a segment of the audience that really needs to know that we're out here. They need to know that these other people, these Hollywood morons, they're not speaking for us. Sometimes we do need to be a little bit more visible. We do need to speak up a little bit more. Somebody in my comments was like, why are you yelling? Because they don't hear. That's the reason why. So sometimes, I do got to turn it up. And we all do. Because that's what we're dealing with here, man. They're trying to drown us out. But Abu is going to take us home. All right. So if there's any other special announcements that anyone else has to make, now would be the time.
I got to go to work tomorrow.
This week I might be starting my memberships. Please help me, because YouTube is a beast. You can't make bread off that AdSense on every video, because they're going to always find something to cut off. So I'm starting memberships. I'm going to try to do a lot of dope exclusive stuff for my members. Thank y'all very much.
All right.
Hey.
That's what's up. Now, as always, guys, it's been so long since I've done this, but let me see. What do I usually say? Until we meet again, between now and then. A lot of things can happen, ups and downs, things that we go through, everyday stuff. But as long as we agree that we're going to get together again to laugh, to smile, to have a good time, we always have something to look forward to. So hang on. All right. No matter how bad it might seem out here and everything, we'll get through because we're all going to get back together again to laugh. Okay. So,
so smoke weed every day.
The MVP, the president, guys, the president. All right. So with that, I thank everyone here on the panel. You know, I love y'all so much. Thank you. I couldn't do this at all without you. And thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Refer this to your friends. Let them watch the replay. You know, let's do this together. All right.
One weird thing, Mark, you had a good idea. We might start in the future cutting up these videos too, like the highlights and posting them up on our thing. I think that's going to be something real dope that we're going to start doing in the future. So look out for that too.
Yeah, watch this space. We got some big things happening, you know, definitely. Now, Abu, sir.
Second Abu, come out.
The second Abu, he is going to take us home. Yeah.
Doppelganger Abu, let's go.
All right. It's all
much love, guys.
Yeah. Oh, man, this has been an absolute blast of a show. And, yeah, man, I am so happy to have all you guys and gals in the chat tonight. But unfortunately, you know, we finally came to the end. But take heart, we're going to be back next week. And we're going to rock the spot even harder. So let's just let the brother get you out here the right way so we can, how should we say peace. Oh, my goodness. Gotta take you out with a bang.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
6-man team forever.
Forever.
Salute to our beloved producer, Lorena Creole. Thank you, babe, for all that you do for the fandom and for us.
Especially love you, Raina.
The end of the show is near, but don't you fear. We'll be back again, but that's my promise right there. Midnight Lounge. Better go dry your eyes. Don't cry. Season finale is not our goodbye. We're taking a break to get our shit straight. When we return, you know we gon' blaze up the place. The Dark Council will be on top once again. All the haters round here, we gon' pray for them. We still catch 'em slipping, and then they start bitching. Dark Council is always up in your kitchen. Cooking up the marvelous shit that you love. When you get out of hand, I go get the snub. Ain't nobody gonna do no wild shit in here. Now best believe my seed, we don't have no fear. We locks it down every time we roll up in your town. So bear with it, you know how we get down. So let's go.
Getting big money, playboy, your time's
up.
With them dimes at.
Sexy ladies in the chat.
Getting big money, playboy, your time's up.
Woo! Sexy ladies out.
Getting big money, playboy, your
time's up.
With them gangsters.
Where the brothers in the chat at? No.
Getting big money, playboy,
brother,
your
salute.
Time's up.
With them gangsters.
Where our brothers at, babies? Our Lord. Understand, brethren, in our bottom, in our land. 45 by my side in the lion's den. Soul of all, my claim to fame. Getting in your ass when you step out the lane. Get you baptized by the hyper I provide. Do not try to minimize your demise with lies. Holding it down while your ass wear that gown. Sexy boy, make noise, you don't have no crown. Unlike Abu Nasser, Presidente. Don't be afraid, be amazed, I go blaze. Time that a righteous man will walk on. The shit is the bomb like you're reading your songs. The Dark Council, baby, we reign supreme. All the brothers salute. Ladies be in our dream. See all your haters up there looking so mean. Don't be mad at the sun, you're not on our team. So let's go.
Getting big money, playboy, your
time's up.
With them dimes at.
Sexy ladies in the chat.
Getting big money, playboy, your time's up.
Yeah.
With them dimes at.
See all you sexy dimes.
Getting big money, playboy, your time's
up.
With them gangsters.
With the brothers in the chat, yeah, salute.
Getting big money, playboy, your time's
up.
With them gangsters.
The brothers, Better understand Dark Council in the man. Everywhere we go, we bring in new fans.
Right.
And why not? They looking for a hot spot. They chill and play with hot girls on this block.
Mark with a C, captain of the fleet. Fatal J, Ninja Blast, sell out the streets. Or Callis, the dream walker, having a feast. The Manjanai, yeah, he never get beat. Drunk 3PO, rolling for love and peace. Why up boy Abu Nas, got your fine ass niece. Talking up on me like your mom's last week. Ain't my fault your ladies in your life won't be freaks. Your wife wanna be down, that's what I heard. She says she tired of you looking like a nerd. Of course, Dark Council is what she prefer. We gon' get into a good, buddy, that is my word.
Getting big money, playboy, your
The
time's
time's
up.
up.
Where them dimes
Where them
at?
sexy little ladies here at?
Getting big money, playboy, your time's up.
Time's up.
Where them dimes
Where
at?
them
Sexy ladies.
girls are at?
Sexy ladies
Big
flow them
money,
kissing.
playboy, your time's
Oh
up.
my God.
Where them gangsters?
Where my brothers in the salute.
Getting big money,
Crazy,
playboy,
you so
your time's
crazy.
up.
Come on.
Where them gangsters?
Where my brothers in the place.
Getting big money, playboy, your time's
Oh
up.
my
Dark
God.
Council.
Time's
Where them
at.
sexy ladies at?
Dark Council.
Getting big money, playboy, your time's up.
What?
Where them dimes
Oh,
at?
where all you honeys at? Girl,
Getting big money, playboy, your time's up.
time's
Dark
up.
Council.
Gangsters.
My brothers in the chat salute.
Getting big money, playboy, your time's up.
Oh Lord,
Where them
come
gangsters?
on down, here we come on one more time. Man, oh man, all you sexy ladies in the chat, blow your kiss to the Dark Council. All my brothers in the chat, salute. Rebels all the way. Every day, we gonna kill every bomberos. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Get your little bitches, go straight out the door. Haters, I know that you're laying in the chat. I know you don't, what you want is snack.
Yeah.
By the Don Glizzy SC Allah. Resurrect that shit forever with a star. Dark Council, the 6-man team. Always reign supreme in your dreams.
In your dreams.
Whatever will be mega clever. What they find, we know we survive. Dark Council, me not tell no lie to your mom, to your grandmoms, or maybe to your niece. They getting walking in the street, know what it is, and everyone say go peace.
Yes, sir.
We out here 5 mil, we'll be back next Wednesday. They get you.
Oh. The doppelganger.
I'm about to pass it to you, brother. Oh my goodness. Music is hard, you know?
Yes, it is.
Get you hype.
Doppelganger.
Next week, get back in the fight.
Doppelganger.
All right, now. All right, everybody, get up and head to the exit. Single file. Make sure, brothers, you get them ladies' numbers. Yeah, you're welcome. That's gonna be a great Michelob night for some. Others,
Michelob
not so much.
Taking it back.
All right now. All right now. All right now. We gotta be out.
Yes, sir.
Walk with a C. Walk with a C. It's on you, brother.
That man did.
All right. There it is. All right, guys.
That was fire.
Yes, it was.
Deuces, peace and hair grease. See y'all next week.
I
Go
am the
drunk
gospel
every
according to
day.
Mark with a
Go
C,
away drunk over on.
and we are the Dark Council.
How'd you
Rock on.
Bye.
Bye-bye.